I am got a completely new redesigned deal, man. I'm gonna head on over to chat. All right, we got. Oh man, it's been a brutal last day. Hey, Solar! Surprise Saturday stream. I never stream on Saturday, but with all this virus fears and everything, they canceled like every activity that's going on with the fam. So, with like every activity canceled, I was like, well, hell, I might as well jump on here and do something crazy. Because normally I don't have the time. Today I got time. Hell yeah. Also, fun fact. I spent all yesterday, I was gonna make videos. I haven't made any videos. But, yeah. This right here, this stream PC, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Best in the world. I mean, so cool. So cool. So right now there's still a little latency, like, I'm gonna say like 100 to 200 milliseconds. I notice it gets a little worse as it goes on in Linux. There's a couple different things I had to do, and I ended up installing a custom kernel on this. So this is gonna be number 2 for the actual Linux stream PC. Still not happy with it, but I did get the Magewell card, so we're putting that in PCIe. Should be here Monday, and yeah, that's gonna be insane. Also, IRC chat up at all times. No more missing chat because I have. Where you at? All right here, so I can just be like blah blah blah, and that's just me just typing in IRC. So that's just up all the time. I did WeChat, and I did a bunch of auto joins and also auto connect. So it auto connects to Twitch and auto joins. So I always have chat up in a terminal. So it's just, you know, green on black, nothing blends in, no extra flare or stuff. I'm not sure how emotes work on that. We'll see. What Linux OS are you running right now on the stream PC? That's a good question, Kyle. So Friday, I wanted to do something different. So what I ended up doing was, oh wow, that's a little loud. One second. I've been messing with my audio too, so my audio might be a bit off. I'm still fine tweaking it. One second, I'm gonna turn down that stream PC, and then I will answer the question. Oh, background music. Oh, it's still it. Oh, no wonder. All right, bam. Let's take that down. All right, now I'm not screaming. That's nice. All right, but back to it. Yeah. So I ended up doing. I tried Debian. And then I messed up the Debian by doing SID, and then there were some shenanigans with the Stream Deck, and I was just like, forget it, I'm gonna install something new. So then I was like, yeah, you know, I guess I could just do tried and true, but you know what, I'm gonna install Ubuntu. So I installed Ubuntu on it. That was a huge hot mess. Like, I did Ubuntu, just vanilla, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna install extensions, I'm just gonna run Ubuntu as Ubuntu's meant to be run. And I like hated it. And then it just like froze up, and I was just like, screw Ubuntu. So I did. I was just like, forget it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do what I love. Even though the Stream Deck technically isn't supported by Arch Linux, I was like, vanilla Arch all the way. So I installed vanilla Arch on this guy. I did testing bandwidth and did a bunch of test streams late last night, and ended up switching up the kernel. So there's low latency kernels, real-time kernels, custom kernels like the Zen kernel, and then there's preemptive options that you can do with kernel, and then there's just the generic kernel, which is what most people run. So with generic kernel, fun fact, when you're doing recording and streaming and a whole bunch of multi-core action and you're utilizing your system to 100%, you run into a lot of latency. And that was an issue. That was a big issue. So I ended up just saying, forget it, and dumped the generic kernel, tried preemptive for a second, didn't like it, and then I moved from that over into the Zen kernel, and that's where I'm at right now. So most of my stuff's compiled using that, and I did go out and buy that NVIDIA graphics card. Who's blowing me up? No, I'm not even gonna answer that. It's Saturday. I'm not working. So yeah, so great. But yeah, Saturday dab. You guys are gonna have to tell me on the dabs though. make sure you tell me in chat, because man, I don't have that up. I might have it up on my Linux PC, but I have 3 PCs set up for this stream specifically. We do have the old Windows PC, which is up and going. We have the studio PC, and then we have the brand new stream PC, which is this beautiful monster behind us. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Everything's green in it now. I switched all the RGBs green to match the matrix. So that's fun. So I've been messing around with that yesterday. And then we also got this. Stream Deck on Arch Linux. Working great. With transitions. So Stream Deck's working. Even though it's not supported on Arch Linux, I found it actually works pretty good. I did have to write some custom scripts, which I can actually show you guys as well. Bash scripts, which that was a bit more trying. I don't recommend people actually do the Stream PC just yet in Linux, because I ran into a lot of roadblocks. And then we also, I forgot to point out, 1660 NVENC encoder is what we're streaming on right now. And yeah, working pretty good. Man, I tell you. But it ended up with Arch Linux, Kyle, and I'm just having a blast with it. Oh, nice. HGH, multiple monitor setups, and the coloring. I'm actually going to pull it up. Let's see. I know Hikari, I think, was saying he was having problems with some of it. Oh, what in the hell am I? Somebody PM me some stuff. All right, here we go. Oh, nice. Here, I'm gonna pull it up. Ooh, no, I don't. I have my capture card right now sitting on the Windows PC. I'm just looking through. I like the RGB, man. And Path of Exile. Hell yeah, HGH. That's what I'm talking about. I dig it. I would critique your cables a little bit, but other than that, no. Looks good, man. Looks real good. I like it. Oh, crap. I haven't checked Discord in a while. Eesh. All right. We're not going to look at that right now. Oh, Vinald. Yeah, so Vinald, I think, by the way I use Arch, I think we're going to actually do it just in the top right-hand corner, like right up, probably right up in here. That'll be fun. By the way, I stream in Arch Linux. I love it. Oh, new leak started yesterday. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. We might get into some stuff. I'm probably going to load up some Windows-based games. I wanted to try out the Moonlight project today, so long title on today's stream, but I wanted to kind of tell you guys the idea. The premise of the stream today is simply this. Building out a custom ISO for Windows, stripping out Windows updates, stripping out Windows services, stripping out the Microsoft Store, stripping out all internet browsing, stripping out probably more than half of the Windows services, grabbing literally only the essentials to make a game run, the bare bones. I mean, I'm even thinking about ripping out the UI. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how crazy we get. It's going to probably do several iterations, but I wanted to kind of just do something off the wall and try just ripping out this old stream PC we were using on Windows and gutting that Windows down to just absolute bare bones. From that bare bones, I wanted to see about just utilizing it for streaming to a Linux box. So no, it's going to be a headless design. So headless means no monitor, no keyboard and mouse. I went ahead, I have a Triathlon and then a K720, I think it is, but it's able to utilize 3 different PCs all wirelessly. So I already hooked up that Windows PC to number 3 on this keyboard mouse setup, so I can flip back and forth between all my setups here. And then I also can go ahead and do some other stuff as well when it comes to actually modifying it. But then once we get it all up and going, gaming working on a bare bones Windows setup with no updates or any shenanigans, I'm going to use in GeForce Experience. I think I have a GTX 960, so I think we can do this with that card. but I want to go ahead and use the Moonlight project, which is I think a GitHub project, to interface directly with the NVIDIA card on Windows and stream the games directly into any Linux box. So we'll try like Call of Duty Warframe or Warfront, whatever it is. The new Battle Royale. I know it doesn't work for crap on Linux. Apex Legends, maybe some PUBG, whatever it is. We'll see what we end up getting ourselves into, but just things that don't work. And then see if we can't just utilize that all from our Linux box. So we'll set it up first, then switch over to the Studio PC, which is obviously all Linux, and then try and push the games directly through it. So that's the whole premise of today's stream. It's gonna be probably a long one, so buckle up. We're gonna actually do some stuff. Finally, a streaming stream, and we probably will do some gaming as well. So, oh, temp today in Texas. That's a good one, Ace. What is the temp today in Texas? Heck, I haven't even looked. With everything going on, I mean, everybody's just kind of like buckled up. All right. Let's see. 57 degrees today. Still hot. Oh man, I didn't put deodorant on. That's gross. I forgot. Oh well, at least you guys can't smell through the stream. All right, and it gets hot in here regardless, though. Even if it was 57 out, it's gonna get hot in this studio. It blows up. It can be about 30 degrees before I actually need to turn a heater on. So below freezing is usually where I actually have to start using heater. So with that, let's get on the desktop and try out some Windows 10. First is making the ISO. So let's see what we got. We got a couple different versions to choose from. We can go with the 1709 if we want to go super old. We got 1803, 1809, 1903, and 1909, which is the latest version. So what, 5 or 6 different feature versions of Windows 10 we can go with. I'm not sure what we use. 1709 is technically my favorite, but I don't know if that's what we want to roll with. We'll see. Steam OS for streaming. So Kyle, you can use Steam OS, but I want to be program agnostic for this. So that's why I say Moonlight and using the NVIDIA card in the Windows PC, because the NVIDIA one would be program agnostic, meaning it would get us right on the desktop and we could stream pretty much anything. Whatever it might be, whether it's on Steam or not, it doesn't matter. Now with SteamOS, I know there's some hacky workarounds so you can get on the desktop and utilize SteamOS, but I kind of wanted it to be more, I don't know, just straight up. So that's why I didn't do it that way, Kyle. That's why I'm thinking of using the Moonlight project and interfacing directly with the NVIDIA card. And then number 2 of that is if I interface directly with the NVIDIA card, I believe the performance and graphics will look better than if I use SteamOS. So that's why I'm not really utilizing that, but a good question, because I do have Steam Link. I could do SteamOS technically. It does use a really old version of that, so I'm like, meh, we'll see. Yeah, thank you, Hikari. Performance will be better with using Moonlight on NVIDIA. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, converting to Markdown can be crazy. Sparky's great at Python scripts. I remember when I did my website, he whipped up a script to convert a lot of my WordPress stuff that was having issues in like, dude, it wasn't even like 15 minutes. Sparky's amazing. All right, so let's see what we got. So this is the old stream box. We're gonna be wiping this guy out. Let me get number 3 and number 3. We're getting going here. Let's. I just synced up my keyboard and mouse. This is what we have. We're gonna go ahead, pull this guy up, and I do have a little bit of lag here as I'm just trying to navigate through my stream PC as I don't have a secondary monitor, so I don't see this natively. So it's a little bit behind the times, but not bad, not bad at all. I can still navigate. I think I wanted to go into main. Or actually, let's go all the way here, and I think under images. Let's grab an image. I think we'll grab SDI. SDI is the snappy driver tool installer. It basically grabs all your images and drivers. Template. And we have AME, so that's a option, but it's already kind of customized. I would actually probably want to rip out more from AME. AME is not bad though. We might roll with that, or we could just take a vanilla one. Let's take a vanilla one because I kind of want to make a video out of this. I'm leaning towards 1809 as I really don't like 1903 or 1909 as it had problems. So yeah, let's do a vanilla because I think I agree with you. That's going to give us the best options here. So we're going to go 1809. What do you guys think? Let's take a vote. Let's take a vote in chat. What do we got? Early poll. What version to base our stream PC on? Which Windows 10 version for stream? Or no, not stream PC. For gaming PC. We're gonna go. Let's go 17. I'll throw a whole bunch in the mix. 1709 for super old, and we're gonna go 1809. I'm gonna skip over 1803, and then 1903. And I'm not going to give an option for 1909. 1909 is a dumpster fire. So, 1903 is relatively new, about almost a year old at this point. 1809's about a year and a half or a year. And 1709 is like 3 or 4 years old. So it's really old, but probably 1809 for max compatibility and stability is my thought process. But let's see what you guys say. I always like taking the polls. Or a huge WannaCry like exploit. Yeah. Yeah, only reason to do 19XX is if you had an RTX that you wanted to use. We're not going to be doing RTX for sure because it's a 960, so not a great graphics card. It was actually given to me by a fan of the channel, John Turner. He's actually local to me. I met him up at a Quick Trip, and good guy, really good guy. It was fun chatting with him. But he hooked me up with this older NVIDIA card he didn't need because you know, I didn't have any NVIDIA cards to really try out. So we're going to go ahead, copy that over. Once we get our, 1809, 1903, neck and neck. We'll see what comes out. I'm going to say 1809 probably, but we'll see. You never know. Also, I did find, so what ended up happening during my test streams last night, the connection was really good on Friday's stream, and I pulled up my stats, and I was noticing rendering lag, like really, really heavy rendering lag. Part of that was with Vivaldi hogging some of those CPU resources and memory, but also part of that was the actual kernel. Generic kernels and doing heavy loads like that typically don't fare well. So I'm using a Zen kernel right now on this, so a little bit of lag, but that's mainly just the USB, I think, really slowing it down. I'll know for sure once I have the PCIe to test out. Yeah, if you're running Pro, you can get around that, Coco. Oh. Yep. Do we have double sound going on again? Sure sounds like it. Double audio is back. All right, let's see what we got. I'm gonna go into settings. Yeah, no, just got one audio track, so something is going on there. I'll see what's going on. That's interesting. I think on the double audio, I'll look over in here, but that is weird. Thanks for the sub there, Yum. 4 months. It's awesome. Oh, 1903 came through. All right, we're going to go just do some 1903 modification action. So we're going to go number 3, copy this guy to the desktop. And why that copies. Paste that in here. It could be scaling. It could be a lot of different things. I'm actually looking at it the same way you guys are. So when it comes to Windows, Windows 10 right there, that is totally just how it is. I mean, I don't have a native input on that. How can one later version be worse than the previous? Isn't it based on the same code and updates? That's a good question, KR. Windows does a lot of things. A lot of the features it adds a lot of features to like the Metro interface and Windows App Store, and then it also removes legacy features. So a lot of times when you're going from probably the most evident of this is when you go from 1709 to 1803, which is several years old at this point, you see a huge modification where they really gutted the actual settings interface, and also like the Metro UI is what they call it, that newer UI look of Windows 10. So it's not just them tacking stuff on, it's also them basically using older stuff, and that's a major issue as well. So, you know, eventually they might get it right. Probably not. They're probably just going to keep screwing it up even worse, as they have done. I mean, it's been pretty bad. All right, don't have any monitoring. I've got to figure out where that double audio is coming from. It's very interesting. Oh, you know what? I think maybe... Yeah. Huh. All right, 1903 is done. Oh, dab time. Dab time. Dab time. Dab. All right. Back to the desktop. Yeah, but it is interesting that I am surprised that Microsoft has failed as bad as they have on a lot of their updates. Starting with 1803, 1809, they accidentally deleted a lot of users' files by doing a document cleanup feature, and they did a really bad job implementing it. But a lot of the things they tried to do just didn't go through, you know, quality control properly. So very shocking that a lot of the new features of Windows 10 have been so bad. That is a bit uncharacteristic, even for Microsoft, which is, yeah, you know, it is what it is. All right, so 1803. Now we're gonna try. I think we're gonna try a new tool that I haven't used. I normally do. It's been a while since I've used Chrome. All right, let's go download Major Geeks. This is a tool I've actually kind of looked at. Windows. I can't remember what it is. Windows. Image. No, we're just gonna leave that. All right, let's see what we got here. I probably should have pulled this up prior to. I think it's Major Geeks, Windows Image Modification. I can't remember. It's like some kind of modification tool. Can't remember what it is. 10 for 10 for planning. About normal. It's a Saturday stream, man. Get off my nuts. Major Geeks. Image. Let's see here. ISO toolkit. I think that was it. Never mind. That's not it. No. Let's see here. I bet you'd be over in here, actually. This is great. If you ever use tweaking.com Windows Repair, it actually works surprisingly well, which is pretty great. I've always kind of liked Major Geeks, too. They have some good stuff. All right, let's see. I bet it's in the top 50. As I think a lot of people actually use it. I haven't technically used it. I think I used Inlight in the past, which we might end up using Inlight. I think it's MSMG Toolkit. I think that's what we got. 31020 creates a slimmed down, bloat-free Windows by custom and adding or remove features. Updated just a couple days ago. There we go. All right. It should grab that toolkit, see what happens. And we'll take this toolkit, we'll try to mod out that 1903 ISO, see what we get. It should be fine. Oh, yeah. Havoc. This is the old Windows machine. I'm about to tear it all out. We're going to use this Windows machine to actually make the Windows ISO, and then we're going to wreck it. We're going to destroy after we're finished. Let's go desktop, right? Let's see. Desktop, make one. MGMT. Was that it? Whatever. It's going to be the MGMT folder now. All right. That's done. Close this guy out. And we'll go to desktop. Let's launch this guy, shall we? Start. Bam. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Probably said something important that I probably should have watched. All right. Setting the toolkit standards. Enter. All right. We're going to go source file. And we're going to go source image. ISO image. So we're going to extract source from number 3. Please copy ISO to the ISO folder. So let's do that. And this is the first time I've used this, so we'll see how well it does. Let's copy ISO, paste. And I'm also going to check how much free space we got. Always make sure that you got at least probably 20 gigs to work with. As when it extracts this stuff, it's going to be big. All right, so we got source 3. All right, enter ISO image file name without .iso. Oh, crap, I don't remember what it is. Desktop. To the person that stole my Microsoft Office key. All right, grab that, come back to here. I think we can just right click to paste, enter. All right, extracting ISO image. to the DVD folder. So this should go through, grab the ISO, extract it all out, and then from there we'll have the actual source files that it works with, and it should be able to kind of chop it up, and then after we're done, condense it into our custom image. In a perfect world, that's what would happen. What will happen, on the other hand, we'll find out. To answer your question there, RM, or Donis, Rimadonis. Yeah, it's like Windows Lite, also known as Inlight. I think you have a whole bunch of different modification tools out there. I've never used this one, but I've always heard good things about the MSMG, which is the Major Geeks toolkit. And they recently updated it on the 10th, so I was like, ah, hell, let's give it a whirl on a live stream. Hey, oh man, thought I turned those off. What Twitch support say to you, Hikari? Because I remember you having problems with other people's channel too. They put you in timeout for bad behavior. Yeah, this I think it'll be good for us. I think we'll have a good time. But we'll see how this this image ends up, as I want to use this one for the kids too. It would be nice to be able to just throw this in a room, because I know the kids would have fun with it. And I want to kind of make a bare bones PC again, as this was originally their PC. All right, we're gonna go convert. All right, convert store to WIM image. Convert install ISD image to WIM image. Not sure what we want to do here. Let's see what it extracted first. So in our extracted folders, let's look through DVD. I think is where it said extracted it to. Sources is usually where they put it. Let's sort by size. That should tell us what this is. Install and boot. These are already WIM images, so it's not ESD. So basically what it's saying here, for those that have never modified Windows images before, ESD is like this compressed format, and it's really hard to work with. So you want to always convert from ESD to WIM, and then from WIM, like this right here is a WIM archive. I will just double check that just by going properties. Ah, did I miss the file? Apparently I missed the file. But the WIM should be able to, the .wim file is what you want. So we already have that. We're able to do some shenanigans now. So let's flip back to our console. Let's go to number 3 now. So we've done the source, we've extracted the ISO. We already have the WIM image, so we don't need to actually convert. Let's go to 3 for the integration. Source OS is not selected. Oh, okay. Let's go to source. Select source. Reading image information. All right. So we're going to want, choose what you got here. I have licenses for Pro and Pro In. Fun fact, most people don't understand, In is usually the European version that doesn't include a lot of the integrations with Edge. Oh, God, I need to fix that. All right, so, you know, I think I'm going to do a Pro In install on this one. I have license keys for pretty much all of these. 7. Yeah, Solus install is going to be Monday. Do you want to mount the Windows setup boot image? Sure, let's mount it. And do you want to mount the recovery image? Yeah, sure. All right, so we're going to go Pro In. That's good, that's good. Should grab everything we need out of those WIM files, make it so we can actually mount these images and work with them. Yeah, do not have Windows Media Player. I think also in Edge. There's a couple other things that are left out in the In versions. It's mainly for Europe just because of some antitrust laws and some lawsuits that Microsoft lost. But I like in obviously a little bit better. If you can get licenses for both, choose in obviously over vanilla, as you don't have as many integrations, which is always a positive thing. Control, Noel, man. Hey, I hadn't seen you in a while, man. How you been? Oh, okay. Awful gamer. I didn't see Rule in. I think Akari's in chat. He's a Discord mod. I don't typically step in and do much moderating on the Discord, as I got Hikari. I think Sparky jumps in occasionally. Yeah, no, he's not even a mod there. It's Hikari, Sparkton, OG, Jezebel, some other ones too. We have quite a few mods. Black Hat, and they do a great job. So I don't typically step in and change most of the rules. I only do it when I see something that I don't particularly like. But it's been a while since I've actually stepped in and done any kind of moderating on Discord. As most times it pretty much self-moderates. Well, I say self-moderates, but the moderators are doing a great job is basically what that means. Yeah, there's Sparkton. What you up to, man? My school's closed to the coronavirus. At least now I can see streams. Hey, man. All right. Yeah, we'll be doing another one on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to go into work on Tuesday. We'll see what happens there. I think I might end up going into work. But it just depends. I really think I'm just going to be like, I got a cough. Hopefully nobody from my work watches this stream. I don't think they do. I think we're okay. All right, so we established the source. Now we can go to integrate. All right, we'll go language packs. Do you want to continue? Yes. Ah, okay. Old tool ESD to WMI to suggest that you use this instead of MSG toolkit. Ah, good to know. Well, we already got WIM from the actual ISO, so we don't need to do any ESD to WIM, which is great. As we're using 1903, which is cool. All right, we're going to integrate. Oh, let's just start with 1 and work our way down. Language code. We're going to integrate English, right? en.us. Feels like I'm setting up Arch Linux. All right. Language pack folder is missing below. Oh, well, whatever. All right, let's go to remove. Integrate's not going. I don't care about integrating language packs. All right, remove Windows components. Component removal only work with the below source OS images. 1909. Really? Really? Come on. All right. Well, 1909 is what we're going with, guys. Let's quit out. Ah, poop. Do I have 1909? I don't know. All right, so we're gonna go DVD, because that's what we wanted this whole toolkit for, was to remove existing components. We're just gonna permanently delete these guys. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's still mounted. Let's see if it's mounted in this PC. Ah, crap. Let's launch it again. So what it did on that, let's go. Toolkit pre-cleanup operation. This might actually go through and unmount what we have, which is be good. I only wear lacrosse. Hey man, nothing wrong with that. I don't like people that agree with everything I say. I always encourage people to have their own ideas, so I think that's a great thing. Always take with a grain of salt. And some of the things I say only to get you to use your brain. Like when I say distributions don't matter or that type of thing, usually what I'm trying to tell you is really what you're trying to do can be done pretty much on any distribution. And that's really what I get at, is Linux kind of thing. And that's why I say some of those things. I know it strikes the wrong chord with some people, but I say them just to get that, kind of prick them and just force them to think their own way. Windows, why? We are doing a minimal install, and then we're making a gaming PC. And then we're going to use Moonlight. It's a project that utilizes the NVIDIA, basically the NVIDIA backend, to where we'll be able to stream these games, like let's say the new Call of Duty Warzone. We'll be able to stream it directly to a Linux box. So this box is going to be headless, meaning there's no monitor. Right now I'm actually only viewing it through the stream PC in preview. And then from there, you know, hey, we'll see what happens. But yeah. All right, let's see here. I am going to look at one thing. Twitch sounds, primary overlay. I must be looping a sound source somewhere. All right, let's take that all the way down. And, oh, you know what? I don't even think I have pulse audio on this PC. Pavu control. Do we have Pavu control? Oh, hell, I haven't even installed it. I just basically got this PC set up and just was like, hey, oh. Let's go Pavu control. Pavu control. Right, I'm gonna see if I can't. We'll know on the next follow whether or not this works or not. But we're gonna turn off Brio 2116 high def controller. What is that? All right, we're gonna turn that off. And all right, let's see. This might mute me. All right, what'd that do? Ah, I'm still alive. Yes. All right, I was just disabling a bunch of output devices. Yeah, that's weird. Line in. All right, so yeah. Output, input. Oh crap. Is this? Oh no. Oh, that's gonna make me loud, isn't it? Oh. No wonder I was having sound problems. Oh no. Oh, I made a boo-boo with my sound setup here, guys. Yikes. Alright. Uno momento, por favor. I can show you guys what's going on the screen here. Let's see what I can do here. I'm gonna cover up some of this. All right, let's go. Turn that off. Turn that on. Ooh. All right. Volume control. So I'm actually trying to do this number. On my output devices, input devices, this is where it's really causing some issues. So let me see what I can do. I didn't realize this was so cranked down. We're gonna go awesome mixer, see what that looks like. Awesome mixer, and let's go over to select the sound card, F6, and we're gonna put it on HD audio generic. And yeah, that looks fine. Man, that's a bummer. I want to crank this up to at least 80%, as I know where all that ambient sound was coming from now. I was just jacking up my, oh well. And yeah, so this is kind of what's going on, guys, is I have the IRC for the actual chat on the right side, directly in terminal using WeChat. And I've been working on this stream PC for about the past couple days now. And really putting a lot of time on this, but I'm gonna just mess with my audio real fast live on stream, which is probably not recommended, but I don't care. All right, we're gonna take this down. I'm gonna take my mixer. I'm gonna get quiet. All right, that should bring me in where I'm at. Okay, I'm at a 15. All right, 15 to 20. And all right, that's gonna bring me to about negative 30 dBs. All right, so this is me at negative 30. Oh, that's too loud. I bet I'm peaking. Am I peaking? Yeah, well. Dead body. I always say that. All right. Just modifying some of my input devices real fast, guys. Yeah, it's gonna be too loud. We're gonna go negative 35. All right, that should be good. No, I'm still hitting my limiter. I'm gonna go negative 40. Man, all right. So that right there should be about good. About where I want to be. $35, $20. All right, yeah. All right, so that it should be touching. I was just looking at where my decibels is. I wanted my decibels to like touch negative 10 dB with what I play through here to be pretty solid. But yeah, I'll mess with this after stream. I'll just show you guys that. Inception. All right, going back. And I'm gonna go ahead. All right, just doing a little test here on the PC. Let's launch into over here. I'm gonna go ahead and launch a little YouTube action, just to see where we're at. Linus Tech Tips, there's a good audio.
Oh, yeah. Way better.
Modular power supplies are certainly nothing new, but
it's a good high peak audio. It always comes through. Just wanted to see where it was on the meter scale, so when someone like follows, it's not going to blow out someone's ears. All right. So that should at least fix our double audio situation. We'll see on the next sub we get, and we're gonna download number 3. Let's see if make sure we don't have this already. I'm surprised I don't have 1909 already in here. Swore I already downloaded that, but you know, you never know. Go images and template. Now, still doubling up. Thanks for the follow there, Fire. All right. I have all the way up to 1903, but not 1909. All right, let's download 1909, guys. We'll see how fast my internet connection is. We'll go over to chat once the download begins. Download Windows 10. Oh, I'm not going to sign in. I'm about to wipe you guys out. Delete everything. Yeah, I hate Windows, I tell you. It does look rather boring. Rather boring. I haven't even noticed Hikari. I think as long as it's not, I don't want bots in general chat, but as long as there's no bots in general chat, I don't care. All right, Windows. Custom Windows 10. Yeah, well, we're doing Hey, Spiker, how's it going? Yeah, we're doing a custom Windows build. I'm gonna strip out as much Windows components as I can from this 1909, I guess is what we're gonna use. I wanted to try and use Major Geek's toolkit. I've never used it before, and I was like, hey, let's try it live on stream. And I normally don't stream on Saturday, so I was like, hey, let's just do a whole bunch of stuff I normally don't do today and stream it. And let's see what we get. That's awesome, Hikari. I always love those back and forth. He's becoming sentient. Not sentient, that's not the adjective I was going for. Whatever. I think I'm gonna turn my AC on. Let's see what happens. Let's try and sit down. All right. Much better. Oh my god, dab already? I've already dabbed once on the stream. Alright, we're gonna create installation media. And then I'm gonna go do a dab here. Alright, we're gonna grab this ISO next. And we're gonna grab the ISO file next. Let's go ahead and throw that on the desktop, shall we? And with that, chat. And the dab. The dab begins. I'm gonna take the headphones off for this one. Dab. Dab time. All right. That should be pretty good. It's gonna take a little bit to actually do the full download there, but not too bad. Probably about 10-15 minutes. I'm always curious. Yeah, I've downloaded a lot of Android x86 ones. I need to really give well, what is it? Anbox, ANBOX, a whirl. As a lot of people say, you know, it's pretty decent. Alrighty, what do we got here? I should probably track down this sound duplicating on my OBS. I don't know why I doubled audio. That is so weird. Desktop audio capture. Oh, okay. I know what it is. Windows 7 tablet. Oh my word. All right, let's see what we got here. Desktop audio is disabled. Output coming in. General. All right. Well. I got no monitor. Got nothing really crazy here. All right, let's check in on our Windows. 38%, not too bad. It's downloading a pretty good clip. Should be done in about 5 minutes then. When you break stuff and try and fix it. Hey man, I'm still doing those streams all the time. Well, I'm sure we'll break something today. Or something just simply won't work. One of the two. I remember Threx, those one streams. I had 1 week where everything broke. Like, everything I touched just turned to poo. Oh, that was worst. This one, Audio Technica? Yeah, Audio Technica. It's a cheaper Audio Technica. I think it's like a 30. M30, I think. Audio Technica M30. Usually all my headsets are all studio monitors, as gaming headsets are just, one, they're uncomfortable, and they sound like crap. So. Yeah, so I'm going to try and rip out everything. And we're going to err on the side of too much than not enough. So we're going to try and rip out as many services, as many components, as pretty much everything we possibly can to see what we can do. I don't know how well it'll work, but we're gonna give it a go. Demon Wolf, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never actually asked. You know how the whole like and subscribe thing. And I don't really understand. Maybe it's like YouTube of yesteryear or YouTube of old. A lot of people just so used to saying it, they just always say subscribe and like my videos. And I never have said that, mainly because if the video is good, great. If you watch a bunch of videos, you're probably going to want to subscribe. But at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter anymore on YouTube, because YouTube, it all depends on the algorithm. So if you watch a bunch of my videos, whether or not you're subscribed or not, YouTube's going to recommend those videos. Subscriptions really only matter to the people that use subscriptions. Like when you're on YouTube and you go to the subscriptions feed, that's the user using YouTube with a subscriptions feed. Many people don't even use a subscriptions feed on YouTube, and saying, hey, subscribe to my channel, all it does is inflate your numbers. So yeah, I probably could have more subscribers if I constantly was harping on it, but to me, it just doesn't matter. I'd rather have that interaction. I'd rather have the comment. I think the comment is way more important than any of the other stuff people are always worried about. Audio video is out of sync. All right, good to know. About 200 milliseconds ahead. Yeah. All right, let's adjust. Advanced audio properties. All right. Is that any better? I added 200 milliseconds there, Sparkton. Ah, Turbo, how you doing, man? Yeah, looks good. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate the heads up. Yeah, I think it's mainly dealing with the Brio mic, or the Brio webcam. Once I put it all on the PCIe, where it's right up here, hard-coded in and not going through the USB, that's when I think we'll have a big difference in stream quality. So once I get that Magewell card in, which is pretty expensive, once that comes in, I'll plug that guy in, and with the 1660, that should fix all the rendering lag we were having. So shouldn't have any rendering lag on this one, which I can pull up my stats real fast. Let's go view, docs, stats. Yeah, rendering lags less than 1%. Pretty good. Not great, but it's not bad either. So we'll go ahead and close that out. Docs, stats. What's your view about Windows 10 WSL 2 they are releasing soon? You know, Windows subsystem for Linux is a really good addition to Windows, and honestly, as long as you're not forcing your developers to use it, it's not that bad. However, a lot of people in DevOps do have issues with WSL and say, hey, it's just not as good, or it sucks. And I don't think Windows will ever be up to par or be able to tack on a Linux kernel with 100% success as just a native one. So WSL 2 is great for just like tinkering and like a little test environment and that type of thing, and some utility to it. So I don't necessarily want to knock it, but at the same time, it's never going to be equal to a native Linux thing. It's like running Windows in a VM in Linux. It's just not the same. The Windows VM gets close, but you'd lose some performance. Some things just don't work quite right when you're doing like hooking in hardware and things like that, or a lot harder to get working. Same thing. I mean, it's not ever going to be equal to native. So like Linux people are like, yeah, they're trying to kill off Linux. I'm like, not really. I don't mind it. But at the same time, it's Microsoft trying to do Linux, and you know they're going to fail in parts. Oh, what is the PoE League out? What's the new thing? It's been a while since I've actually played PoE. No, I always do it on my test, but it's been actually a good bit since I've actually played any. Hopefully we get to play some games. That'd be nice. All right. Let's see here. I'm looking through. I'm gonna look up something real fast on my stream elements. I think I might have done something on stream elements. I might have duplicated an actual sound source. Let's see. Because I only have literally one sound source coming into the PC now, and the fact it is having issues is telling me some shenanigans are afoot. Oh, okay, let's see here. I hate audio in Linux. That's like still a big gripe of mine. Goodness. All right, we're gonna first kill all the audio there, and we're gonna come back into our other PC, and I'm gonna edit. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and trip off some stuff while we're waiting for this download. Let's do a follow, see what happens. That sounds good. All right, we're gonna do a test sub. With the test sub, it should... Subs always seem like the audio is a little whack, so let's see. All right. That's very weird. I wonder why I have to mute my output on this PC, but it's still able to read. Nah, whatever. I don't care. It's not duplicating anymore. That's all I care about. Yeah. No, I like Windows audio better than Linux audio. It's still a sticking point for me. All right, let's see what we got. Let me go over to number 2. Gotta go back old to Windows. How we doing? Creating Windows media. Yeah, there we go. Grab our thumb drive. We got a little thumb drive here. USB 3, of course. But yeah, I do want to just be like in Linux, no matter what, play any game, and I don't want to use PCI pass-through. So this kind of doubles as a couple things for me. One, it's able to appeal to Windows users, so Windows users get exposed to Linux a little bit. And also Windows users can make a very slimline version of Windows to help them out. And then also Linux users could use this to make a dedicated box, a Windows box for gaming. And if you dual boot, you could also use these types of things to help with it. So we'll see how slimlined we can get with this. Hopefully a lot. Yeah, I need to dive into Jack as well when it comes to Linux. Jack is pretty crazy. Jalopy, Jack is like a giant audio mixer for Linux, basically. I haven't used it much. I hear it's a nightmare to deal with, but once you learn it, it's fairly good. A lot better than ALSA and Pulse Audio and how all that works. Which, if you're interested in ALSA and Pulse Audio, I've done a lot of videos on it, but the one program I would say to definitely learn on Linux is Pavu Control. And what I like to do with Pavu Control is I'll pull it up. I did actually earlier in the stream, but I pull up Pavu Control and I just immediately go to the sources and I just start disabling sources I know I'll never use for audio. Like this webcam source, disabled it. My HDMI audio sources, disabled it. All those things really make a difference. One, it's no longer wanting to actually register them and trying to configure or manipulate or actually render or, you know, spend time on them. And two, it makes it a lot easier when you go to like OBS and you're configuring things. So that's all kind of important, I think. Yeah. Well, I'm curious, Hikari. I really do want to get that going. It just doesn't feel natural to me, Threx. So a lot of people love laptops. I've always been such a desktop user. As you know, when I first got started in computers, laptops just really didn't exist. In the 80s, you know, I think there were some laptops around, but I never dealt with them until probably, man, it was probably late 90s before I even really touched a laptop. And I really just love the experience of the desktop so much better and the longevity of them. So like my wife's computer in there, she's on a computer more than a decade old and it's running Windows 10 and it runs pretty well, you know, with all things considered. So I'm a big proponent of one, recycling old hardware and that type of thing. And laptops, it's very difficult to recycle. I mean, you can do a lot of DIY projects and some really cool things with old laptops that break. But to really fully use a computer and continue using it for, you know, years and years and years to come, I just don't like laptops. I feel like, you know, a lot of times they break and you're just like, oh, all right, you know, go buy a new one or whatever it might be. It just seems wasteful. And I'm kind of a minimalist, so that's why. Yeah, exactly, Spiker. That's kind of why I wanted to do this video too, because of that. So, all right, we got Windows, ISO, finish. Oh, am I on? I'm not on the right. Not on the right. Let me get rid of that. Working with 3 computers is kind of confusing. All right, there we go. We got our legit ISO now. All right, let's close this guy. And I think we can just quit out. And now from here, cleaning up the mount points, you should be able to come into here. I think we can delete these sources. Shift delete for permanently deleting. Go through, wipe that out, and come into ISO. Shift delete this guy. Just making sure we don't send anything to the recycle bin, as we're at 40 gigs of free space. And I'm gonna go ahead and empty this out too. And then we're gonna take our 1909, the latest and greatest, and toss it in here as well. Windows. All right, and actually, let's go function. I gotta name the versions. But the fact Microsoft just keeps insisting Windows 10 is Windows 10 is just nuts. Each feature update feels like a different version of Windows to me. I mean, it kind of is. All right, let's new window. I'm starting to lose some of my familiarity with Windows, which is kind of funny. All right. Paste this guy in here. I'm just dropping this into my NAS box just so I have it. As I'm sure there'll be another time I want to install 1909. All right, so we got the ISO in there. We're good. Windows 10 is the final version. Such a lie. Windows 10 is like, which version of Windows 10? For real. I mean, I think it was like 1579, I think was the first version. And then came like 1703. Or no, it was 1609, I think was the next one. Then 1703, then 1709. And then they started kind of sticking to that same naming convention of going the next one up, like 1803, 1809, 1903, 1909. But all those are equivalent to pretty much a brand new version of Windows, just all using, I believe the same kernel is the only thing that stayed the same between all of them. So the kernel itself hasn't been drastically changed from like Windows 8 to Windows 10. The kernel was changed quite a bit. So now that we got that, we can launch into here and actually start doing something, guys. Or, well, maybe. We'll see. Again, I've never used this tool before. MGMS. Let's see what we got. You aren't wrong, Hikari. Windows forgot to count. How to count past 8. That's awesome. It is fantastic. All right, extract source from DVD ISO. This is going to be Windows 1909. Should go ahead and extract that. Yeah, I forget who it was. I think it was Linus Tech Tips where I saw the 64 core, 128 thread desktop CPU. I was like, for real? That's nuts. That'd be great for VMs though, man. God, I would run so many VMs on that type of system. Yeah, that's probably the thing that drives me just completely batty is how they number graphics cards. Like, some of it's just very disingenuous. Like NVIDIA, the difference between 1650 and 1660 is massive. Like 1650, I think, is it's a Pascal architecture, and then the 1660s, the Turing architecture. Huge difference between the graphics cards, but it's just like 10 numbers off. I mean, they could have at least gone to like 1700 or something. Just different. That drove me crazy. Or put like a number for it, like T1660 or something, just to say it's a different card altogether. It was a little bit predatory. Oh my god. HGH, the dab is upon us. Alright, here we go. Dab time. Man, you guys have been redeeming. You guys were just complaining about how you guys weren't getting enough channel points. I'm gonna call BS on that. Just saying. Can I reach my stream deck? I can. Dab. Dab time. Oh, jalopy. Alright. Continuing on. Alright, we got the source. Now, we extracted the source. Now we can actually select the DVD source. It's okay. Windows Toolkit found the installation image is an ESD format. An ESD image is highly compressed, which cannot be directly serviced. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. So, we gotta convert. Convert, store ESD, and install ESD. Let's see. Didn't somebody say earlier in the stream that I shouldn't use this tool to do this? Let's use the tool and see what happens. People were just complaining about things not being broken. It's just the install. Install ESD. Break it. Let's break it. Alright, convert install. Let's just grab Pro in, shall we? Let's export that out. ESD is a highly compressed image from Microsoft. When you extract the ISO, it's an ESD format, which means they really super ultra compressed it, and it's impossible to work with anything in that ESD compression. So what you do is you extract the ISO to ESD, and then you extract the ESD to WIM, which is a less compressed format, and from that WIM file I can actually service and modify the components of Windows in a perfect world. But we'll see. Someone also said that this tool that I'm using right now sometimes fails with the ESD image to WIM image. Although I don't know how it would, because it's utilizing DISM from Windows, and if it's utilizing DISM from Windows, it should technically work, as you don't need this toolkit at all. But we'll find out. Oh yeah. Demon Wolf, if you're on Linux, you don't even need to. It just works, which is great. You know what I just noticed? Someone followed, and I didn't hear it in my monitor. Did you guys hear that? I didn't hear anything. I think I gotta turn my sound back on. I think Linux audio is playing some tricks on me. Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out on that. I'm not even gonna answer that. How did they compress 30 gigs? Demon Wolf? I don't think it's that big. Let's see what the prizes are. I don't even have 30 gigs of space on this drive. Let's take a look. It's extracting the image now. And that's a big image. That's what she said. Alright, let's see what we got. Sources. Install ESD. Alright, so it's 3.5 gigs on the ESD. Let's see what the extracted install.wim. So it should be WIM. We'll see how big that is. Alright. We'll minimize. Come back to it. Drummer, the dab. All right, I'm raising the price of the dab again. All right, we're gonna go the other way with it this time. Dab time. I loved it when my mom was in town for that stream. When we did the mom interview, when I was interviewing my mom, and she did the dab. That was the best dab in the world, I thought. Oh my god. It was pure gold. This stream has the most HQ dabs. Oh. Yeah, my mom dabs were awesome. So great. The price is fixed. All right, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it for now. We'll leave it. I think Hikari, what was it, Hikari before? Because I had it, originally it was set at 2,000 for the channel points. And then Hikari redeemed like 3 in a row. He actually was trying to redeem like 6. And like Twitch was like, nah, no more than 3 at a time. Oh, 69K. Oh, I love it. Love it. Oh, so when I'm reading the IRC chat, like up on the stream PC, since it's all terminal and it doesn't have any graphics or anything, whenever someone does the kappa, it actually, instead of showing the emote, it actually just says kappa. So it'll say, change it to 69 kappa, which I'm like, ah, that's cool. So it kind of just tells me, hey, this person isn't being serious. Which is kind of funny, like when I started Twitch, see, I never really watched Twitch before starting Twitch, which is a mistake, by the way. If you if you guys ever start Twitch, I didn't understand like kappa meant you weren't being serious, like the Twitch slang, the logo, the lingo. Yeah, I had to actually go, oh, okay, what does this stuff mean on Twitch? Which is hilarious. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. All right, this is one hell of it. How compressed is this ESD file for 1909? We're about to, holy hell. That isn't a thing, right? KGP. Holy hell. All right. All right, you guys aren't making a strong case for that price increase. I'm just telling you right now. Dab time. All right, here we go. Yeah, may as well. You're right, Demon. God, how big this WIM file. I'm kind of scared. I might run out of space when we start working with this thing. Everyone finally has enough points to make me dab all at the same time. Yeah, I think the last stream everyone's like, I don't have enough points. Oh, thanks for the sub there, Wiz. Much appreciated, man. All right, I'm gonna turn my volume back on. Maybe I just need to mute my volume a little bit, to see if the double audio is just causing some shenanigans. We'll see. We'll see. All right, here we go. Back to our Windows system. We were at 40 gigs when we started. 3. Yep. All right, there it is. All right. Let's see where we're at now. We have WIM. Oh, look at that. The install WIM's only 3.8 gigs. So only like 300 meg savings. That's not bad at all. I think it actually went ahead and deleted the ESD file, which is good. All right, guys. So that's a positive. Very like. All right, I like it. So source. Select source. We have one source to choose from. The 10 Pro in image. Do you want to mount this setup image? Sure, yeah, let's do it. And the recovery, yeah. Sounds like a plan. Mount the images. Away we go. The term double dab. Oh. Oh my god, Jalopy, has it been that long? Dang. In is European Demon Wolf. In, there's some antitrust laws that forced Microsoft to make an alternative version of Windows 10. It doesn't have some of the integrations of some of the media player tools and also like Edge browser and some other tools that come with Windows. So in is probably what you want if you have a license for it. However, the licensing is very strict as Microsoft wanted those all integrated and used, but they made separate licensing for the states. So I'm obviously in the United States, but that's what the difference is between non-in, which is just generic, that's mainly for us in the States, and in versions are pretty much only sold in Europe. I just so happen to have keys for the European version, though. All legit, of course. Yeah, Enterprise is great. I love Enterprise. I guess my only... I like LTSC a little bit better than Enterprise, though. Legit, he says. Dang, you're already 3.6, Jalopy. There's also what's not talked about much in public. I actually thought about making a video of it a while back. Is the Chinese version. There's a Chinese version of Windows where it's just like completely ripped to pieces and highly modified. So we'll see. We'll see. Funny enough, the in keys work on non-in versions. I'm not surprised by that fact one bit. Microsoft's always doing crap like that. I don't know. Did that double? It sounded like it didn't double. Alright, here we go. We're done with this. Sweet. Alright, now we can remove crap. Let's remove Windows components. Internet. We're going to remove all internet components. Remove all internet components. Yes. We're going to just try and strip this thing to its bones. Like, make it so where there's practically nothing. Like, I'm going to have to go to another computer, download tools just to use, like, an internet browser. That's what my goal is. I mean, we're going to strip this thing down to where it's like a gig. It's going to be less than a Linux install. All right, that might be a little bit too aggressive, but we're going to try. We're gonna swing for the fences today on the lightest weight Windows installation in the world. But really, that's not really possible, as we probably need that Chinese version of Windows 10 I was talking about earlier, which I think someone sent me a version of it before. I was afraid to use it because it was really shady how I had to download it. But it'd be neat to use that, but you had to add the English language packages to it, and then you could manipulate it so you could use like the most bare bones version of Windows, like in the world. Is that Chinese version I talked about? We'll see. All right. We'll go back to remove. Components. Multimedia. We're going to remove first login animation, game explorer, snipping tool, speech recognition, media player, photo player. We're going to remove it all. We're going to go all media components. Everything. We're going to try and strip this thing down to nothing. Oh, this is going to be great. I did know that Linux has more vulnerabilities than Windows. If you only count the last 5 years of Windows 10 compared to the last 20 years of Debian Linux, then yeah. God, I thought those articles were a joke, but then I started seeing duplicates of that article, and I was like, holy crap. People aren't this stupid to believe that Windows is less vulnerable, right? And then I was like, wait a second. There's more articles coming out. Someone's going to believe this crap. Yeah. Never underestimate the stupidity of the general populace. There is no doubt about that. Like everyone freaking out with the whole virus situation. It depends on where you're at. Sometimes it's justified. Where I'm at, luckily, there's not a whole bunch of cases. We'll see. See what happens with that. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, that's all right. I'm just going to work away. Hopefully, I don't have to go to work. That's actually... I'll have to go to my day job. I'm going to view this as like, hell yeah. Let's stream every day. I don't have to go to work. That'd be great. We'll see. We'll see what Tuesday looks like. That'd be great, though. I'd be totally okay with not going into my day job. All right, we got that done. Go back to remove. Components. All right, privacy. All right, assigned access, customer improvement program, face recognition, kernel debugging, location service, picture password, PIN, telemetry, Wi-Fi manager, error reporting, insider hub. All privacy components. Remove them all. All. Remove them. All right, here we go. Yeah. That's what I said about the news, Threx. I was like, hey, this is perfect. I hate going out in public. Now it just gives me an excuse to get holed up in my thing. Although my wife and kids are inside, so my wife's going to go crazy and probably kill us all. So if I end up not showing up for a couple days, y'all know what happened. She went insane. I love my wife. Oh, the water drip, yeah. That's when someone tags me and says Chris Titus tag. WeChat has that. God, what is it? Blah. I do need to get rid of it. Silence WeChat. Let's see. Ooh, you know what? I can just do this. I'll pull up Pavu control. Pavu control. Where are you at, Pavu? Pulse audio control and playback. All right, yeah, there we go. Someone tagged me. Chromium playback, and we'll just take that. And now that should be fine. Oh, maybe not. Nope, that still did it. All right, crap. Where's my applications? Let's see. All streams. Nope. Application. Nope. Crap. Disable sounds in WeChat. Disable sound WeChat. There's something to do. I'm new to WeChat, using it for my IRC here. Because I'm always pinged. Alright, WeChat to no. Not that WeChat. WeChat. W-E-E. WeChat's pretty cool though. So WeChat is an IRC service that puts it directly into terminal, but it also is making that dripping sound every time someone pings me and says Chris Titus Tech. So sound. Oh, okay. So let's say there's a default trigger beep that sends a BLL to the terminal and highlight a private message. Thus, you can configure your terminal or multiplexer to run a command or play a certain sound. Oh, hell. I just want to disable it. Thanks for the follow there, Miley. Dark Smiley. Dark Smiley. I got it. Oh, it's so great. Play on words. Dig it. All right. How the hell do I disable this thing? All right. You know what? I'm just gonna mute chat. I don't care on my stream PC notifications. We're just taking it down. Nobody buy any of the sound notifications below. I'll work on that later. I'll work on that later. All right. Back to stripping it down. Still some work to do on that stream PC, but things are getting better. All right, so we've done internet, multimedia, privacy, remoting. All right. Home group, remove. Multi-point calculator, remote. Yeah, remove all this crap. Nobody uses remote assistance or any of this junk. Remote assistance sucks. I don't even think that removes RDP either. I think RDP is pretty much baked in, so I would remove all these features. Home group is just BS. Like, I've tried to use home group a couple times, and it's just garbage. Hot garbage. And then remote assistance. I've worked in the IT industry for 20 years. Never once have I ever used remote assistance. It sucks. That's why. And yeah, that other one, I don't even know. I didn't see. All right. That's working. Multi-point calculator. I don't even know what that is. Let's see. Another custom Windows 10, yeah. We're trying to make a custom Windows 10 that has an NVIDIA card directly in this system, and it's gonna be headless. So we're gonna remote into it using the Moonlight project from GitHub on our Linux boxes, and play like Call of Duty Warfront and all the fun games that we can't play in Linux. We'll just have that just sitting there, but we're gonna strip out everything. And I do mean everything. All right, so we're done with remoting. System, what can we remove here? Device lockdown. Windows subsystem, Windows to get. Remove all. I think we're just gonna continue removing every single component we possibly can from this ISO. We're just basically making this the absolute bare bones Windows system to play games. That's it. This box is gonna do nothing. I don't even want it to have an internet browser. I don't want it to have anything but PowerShell and the ability to play games. And that's it. It's gonna be headless. There's not gonna be a monitor on it. It's just gonna run. It's gonna have an Ethernet cable plugged into it, and that's it. Nothing else. And then I'm just gonna use it to stream games using NVIDIA's what do they call it? Shadow streaming, or what is the NVIDIA streaming service that runs in the background? Moonlight ties into it, but it's for the NVIDIA Shield is what it's originally for, but we can tap into that service and really play games pretty much native performance anywhere, which is awesome. Invank? Oh, Shadow Play, that's it. Shadow Play, that's it. Buy MS Paint. Bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. All right, so we got system apps is next. Oh, we got a lot of stuff here. We got all of that. Oh, we got Edge, File Explorer app, OneDrive, settings, Win30 Web View host, Windows Defender, Windows Store, Xbox. Let's just do 4. All system apps. Yeah, let's remove every system app. So the downside to doing every system app like this and ripping out the Windows Store, we will not be able to play Windows Store games. I can live with that. As most games, it's going to be... Yeah, there's probably a couple Bethesda games I'll play through this. They'll probably be... Yeah, most will have their own independent launchers anyways, so I don't care. I'd rather just not deal with the Windows Store at all. GeForce Games Stream. have they rebranded this a couple times? I know it was Shadow Play, but now it's Game Stream, or hell, we'll figure it out once we get there. We don't need File Explorer. File Explorer's bloat. We'll see how this goes. Well, just use PowerShell, man. It's all good. I don't want any bloat. I mean, we want this to be the absolute bare bones system that is possible. It's all good, man. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I've heard great things, so we'll see. Not if I can help it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, dude. Not even MS Paint. Not even Windows Explorer. We're going minimal. We're going ultra minimal. Ugh. Yeah, if we can remove Windows on top of that, that'd be great. Yeah, I think we actually just ripped out the Windows subsystem for Linux. So WSL is not going to be included. We're not going to have anything. And I think we're just to the component section. We can rip out more stuff. When we get to the services section, we're going to rip out like group policy editor, Windows Update. I mean, we're going to go full bare bones. This is not even going to get updates. It's just going to sit there and play games in a protected network. So yes, it will be vulnerable, but at the same time, I'm not going to launch a web browser in it. It's literally going to be just a gaming box. That's it. It's not going to do anything else. But it'll be very cool. That's the thing is, you know, everyone's always complaining about, you know, hey, I can't play, you know, an easy anti-cheat game in Linux and those types of things. I wanted to see if I could just set up something like this to where I get the Linux functionality, because the thing I love most about Linux, you know, you got security, you got privacy, you got all these reasons, but for me, the biggest reason is stability and reliability for making YouTube content, making all the stuff I do on a day-to-day basis. It's so nice just to roll up at work, here at the house, wherever it might be, jump in front of my computer, immediately get to work. Don't have to worry about updates, don't have to worry about, oh crap, it's running like garbage because I haven't rebooted in a couple days. None of that stuff. So basically we're trying to make Windows 10 stable by removing everything. And then just literally only having the essentials for gaming. Demon Wolf will mainly be using, usually it'll be using the game clients. Everyone has their own launcher. So you got Bethesda, you got Steam, you got, you know, you pick your poison here, Origin, all these different game launchers. We're just going to have those installed, and the games actually launch themselves. It's mainly just getting the game launchers installed, which I can install through my other PCs. I might just do like WinSCP and just have like all those executables that I need in a central repository. I mean, there's a lot of different ways, or we could just straight install directly from PowerShell. You know, I could just look up the actual download address and write a script in PowerShell and directly do like a web request and grab it directly from there. So not exactly the most efficient, but I don't want anything on this system but games, which is like the exact opposite. It's like taking everything I've learned in Enterprise and then just dumping it out the window just to play games, which is kind of funny, but it'd be fun. But yeah, it's exactly right. This is a great name, by the way. Pink Zerg Kitty. You have a great point, sir. If we remove stuff, then stuff won't break. Right you are. More stuff we remove, the less things to break. So, that's what we're doing. We're going to just remove everything. Is Fedora good for security and stability? Threx, it's probably one of the best. The only downside to Fedora is it is still a bit of a rolling release. It's not classified as a rolling release because there's certain packages that are stuck. And a good point of this is like GNOME 3.36, today's YouTube video that I made. GNOME never gets updated on versions of Fedora. It sticks to that version of GNOME that's on Fedora because of stability reasons. But the Linux kernel does get updated as new versions come in, which is nice. So if you have it on a laptop and your Wi-Fi is not supported, which I've had Fedora on a laptop that it wasn't supported, a couple months later, I went to update. Sure enough, that Wi-Fi driver actually got recognized by a new Linux kernel, and off I went. I was like, sweet. But the actual GNOME version never gets updated. It actually gets stuck with that version of Fedora, so you have to do a full upgrade to the next version. So let's say you want a 3.36 on your Fedora, you would totally be needing to upgrade to Fedora 32, which is not out yet. I think that comes out later this year, so I think a couple months actually. It might be after summer. Don't quote me on that though. How do you feel about Ubuntu? You know, one of my best videos on the channel is probably one of the worst videos I've ever made. Kind of funny. I mean, it's weird how that works. The videos I don't think are very good are the ones that always blow up, which I'm like, all right, well. But it was Ubuntu's the devil, and I meant most of what I said there, but I hedged a little bit towards the end, which I regret, and then also I repeated myself. I think the video went on too long. So with YouTube, when you make a YouTube video, just be as direct as possible. And if you're gonna have an opinion, you go ham. You go all out. If it's yes or no. It's black and white. You can't half-ass it. You just gotta go for it. So I hate Ubuntu, is the answer to this question. But the reason why I don't is really, it boils down to this. Snaps suck. They're slow. It makes Linux feel like Windows. It's just crap. On top of that, I really don't like the fact it's a fork of Debian, that it feels old to me. I don't like the experience. I'm just telling you how I feel about Ubuntu. I'm not saying, hey, everyone needs to hate Ubuntu. But those are my big reasons for not liking Ubuntu, is specifically snaps are horrible. They suck. I don't care how user-friendly they are, which they're actually pretty user-friendly. I've made a video about how to use snaps and install them and stuff, and remove them. And they're probably one of the best for usability, but they really slow the system down. They're just not very good. And the fact that they like doubled down on that and made, like, for Ubuntu 2004, man, I installed that. It made my system run like poo. Like this streaming PC that we're streaming on right now. On Friday, I was like, you know what? I've been hard on Ubuntu. I've been real hard on it. And I thought to myself, I was like, you know, it's been about a year since I really installed and used Ubuntu. I'm gonna use Ubuntu. So I installed it, used it, and my damn system froze. And I was like, not only did it freeze, but it was way slower than any other distro I threw on this guy. And I was like, this is brand new PC. It's a 2700X, 16 threads, 8 cores. It's a beefy system. It should just fly through this crap. And I'm like, you know what? Ubuntu sucks. Yes, it's in beta right now. I get that, but still, I ain't ever buying what you're selling if you like Ubuntu. I get some people like it. Now, having said that, I am talking Ubuntu desktop. Server is a different story altogether. I actually like Ubuntu server. I always go in, first thing I do, apt, purge, snapd. And then from there, I use Ubuntu server quite a bit because it's very familiar and it's very easy to use from a server aspect. So, couple things to unpack there. You asked for it though, Demon Wolf. How do you feel about Ubuntu? That was a loaded question. I feel like I got set up. I swear I didn't. Demon Wolf wasn't a plant for this stream. But I love the question. I love the question. A lot of people are always thinking. I think even DistroTube made a video about Ubuntu and how they've contributed to the community and they're good and all that. And I was like, all right, man, let's see you use Ubuntu then, DT. But I'm just not. I'm just not a fan of Ubuntu. I get that they've really paved the way for a lot of user friendliness and making things the way they are and all that. But at the end of the day, the user experience to me is just crap. And I'd much prefer making my own system and making it really nice. Because there's so much to be gained from that, I think. Demon Wolf. Hey, man, nothing wrong. Windows fanboy. It's great. But you put a cap on there, so. I always say use what works for you. At the end of the day, if it works for you, go for it. If it's Mac, if it's Windows, if it's Linux, if it's Ubuntu, go for it. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to tell you what my experience is. Good Lord, how much crap is getting removed? I'm curious to see what the final ISO is on this guy. We'll find out. I did a video on that, Miradonis, or Midronis. It basically copying your home.config file will retain a lot of your settings. Just don't copy. Most of your home folder is okay to copy. I don't recommend copying like the cache folder and some of those things. Let that rebuild because each distribution is a little bit different. But for the most part, you can retain most of the settings from one distro to the other. Yeah, I'm definitely big on Arch. I gotta say, Arch Linux works really, really well for me, and it makes my life easier. That's why I like it. It's very simple. I can get everything installed that I want to get installed the fastest on Arch. That's why I use it. It's the fastest for me. It's the most efficient for me. And that's it. Like, so many people think Arch is complex. Yeah, the install kind of sucks. I use Arch 5 for that, as I always forget packages and things of that nature. But once you get it going, I mean, man, it's really great. That's what the stream PC's on now. Arch. Love it. Yeah, Havoc. When it comes to the lamp stack, even though I just got done like roasting Ubuntu server, specifically 18, don't go with 20 yet. But 18's the LTS, and it's good for like 5 years. Lamp stacks on that, man, it's so easy. Install the package task select or task SEL, and with that you can just type task SEL lamp stack, or well, I forget what it is, but that one little thing will just install everything for you. It's amazing. I absolutely love how easy lamp stacks are on Ubuntu server. So setting up those things are actually kind of nice. I don't mind Ubuntu server in that regard. Yeah, it's crazy easy. Let me get you the command, man. We're just waiting, watching Windows rip itself apart. Let's see, task SEL lamp stack. Oh, this is 1604. Probably still relevant though. Yeah, install task SEL, and this is a little bit older, but it kind of shows you how easy it is. A lot of people in Linux kind of make things way more complex than they need to be, but there's an article from Liquid Web, gives you the idea, but the actual package name is this, task SEL, and then you just apt install task SEL and then just type task SEL. It launches in and you say, give me a lamp stack, go. And then it just installs it all. So I find a lot of people, and this isn't necessarily Linux, but just the IT space in general, a lot of times people overcomplicate things, and it's because they got it to work that way, and they never really looked for an easier way. And I always say, I always end up repeating myself on stream, so you probably heard this saying before, but there's one problem, there's 20 different solutions when it comes to IT. And it's really finding the solution to that problem and then finding another solution and always looking for a different way of fixing things, and then finding which way is the fastest way, and then using that. That's where I find like most people fall down. They find one thing that works for them, and they're just like, oh, well, that's just the way it needs to always be. And I'm like, no, no, no. There's a faster way. There's always a faster way. Except when there's not. Oh, that's so great. Hey, nothing wrong with that. And you know, it sounds like I'm tearing people apart that overdo it. At the end of the day, it's all about the result. If you can provide a result, I don't care how you come to that conclusion or how you went about doing it. If you can execute and produce results, that's all that matters. So, yeah, there might have been an easier way, but if you can just get it done, great. At the end of the day, it's all about just getting it done. Too many people, I think, are perfectionists. They're afraid to fail. They're afraid to do things, or they overthink things. And there's nothing wrong with overthinking stuff, but at the end of the day, you just got to go do it. That's what I do. Just go after it. Like, I have no idea if this is going to work. The first time I've ever used this tool. But I think it'll work. Probably. We're going to have a hell of a good time finding it out, because I really want it to work. Yeah, but how do you get the result? Those that can't do, teach, man. Just break it. Let's worry about fixing it later. Unless it's production. That's my motto. So Fedora is somewhere between Debian and Arch. I would say Fedora, yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate, Spiker. However, one thing I should have probably pointed out in that video, but I didn't want to lose my message because some Windows users would click on that video about Windows and vulnerability compared to Linux. Debian's really meant for desktop consumption so much. And servers kind of like, for a really secure environment, everyone usually uses like a RHEL-based system, which is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Red Hat Enterprise Linux, the two major forks that you need to know about, if most of you already know already, is CentOS, which is basically almost a one-to-one copy of RHEL Enterprise Linux. Very old packages, though, not great for using it for a desktop. And then Fedora. Fedora is more of like a bleeding edge. There's a lot of good stuff in there. And that's kind of like their test bed where they're throwing a whole bunch of stuff. But Fedora, from a kernel perspective, is way more secure than Debian Linux or Ubuntu Linux, because Ubuntu is just a spin of Debian, still uses the same kernel. Because RHEL Enterprise Linux really hardens the kernel. They take security very seriously. But that also usually means you lose a little bit in performance. RHEL usually performs a little bit worse than Debian, because Debian is more for, you know, your everyday man, where RHEL is more meant for your hardened corporate environment. That's also why setting up stuff on CentOS or RHEL kind of sucks, because you're dealing with SE Linux and making those profiles to make sure things run properly and they're contained and they can only have access to these different system functions. And, you know, setting up things like that kind of stink, but once they're set up on RHEL, they're secure and they'll just run and run and run and run forever. Like, there's RHEL servers out there that have been operational, powered on for solid 10 years. No joke. Like a whole decade. It's amazing. I tried CentOS desktop. I really, really gave it a shot. And then I was like, this shit is for the birds. I was like, nope, I'm out. I can't do it. I just can't. Man, I need some crackers. What's the expiration on these things? They've been in here a while. January 20th. Do you think cream cheese is okay after a month or two? Alright, we'll find out. I think these were kind of gnarly to begin with. That's why they're still there. Not bad. It always worries me whenever I read a package of something that says made with real cheese. What the hell's the other stuff made with? It's like when Pizza Hut made that whole like marketing campaign where they're like, now made with real meat. I was like, well, what the hell have you been feeding us for the past 20 years? Yeah, anyways. It ain't bad. Hey, we're done. All right, cool. On to the next. Remove Windows component. We're not even to number 2 yet. That was system apps. Windows apps is next. All right, we got advertising, calculator, camera app, desktop app installer, messaging, mixed reality, OneNote. Yeah, we don't need any of this. Let's remove all Windows apps. Yes. All right, there we go. We're going to remove everything. Holy crap. I'm wondering how big this install is going to be done when we're finished. It's going to be amazing. I got a calculator right here, man. I don't need a calculator. Oh, so great. All right, well, I think this is gonna run for a little bit. We'll go full screen. Oh, thanks, Cake. It took me forever to get that Bender animated. I did that animation myself, and I spent probably 4 hours making that stupid thing. But I love it. I love Bender from Futurama. But yeah, I found a GIF online, and then I was like, all right, and I stripped it out, and how animations work is it's just a picture over a picture. There's about 25 different frames in that animation. And when I grabbed the GIF, or the actual video into a GIF, it still had the background and everything, so it was me going through 25 different frames and stripping out all the background and only leaving the pieces of Bender. And then it gives it that nice clean appearance to where he's just walking to the trash heap. I'm going to do another one because that's the sub train, to where every hour it takes him an hour to make it across the stream. And then I'm going to make it to where there's a random one that pops in, to where a random sub will, like, let's say 20% chance, it'll be a completely different animation. Instead of Bender, I don't know, I might make like a Tux Penguin or something fun animated. I don't know exactly what to do. I'm still thinking on what I'm going to do for like the super animation, the super rare animation. But yeah, could do text cart. That would be a good one. But yeah, I like to strip it out to make it really minimal for the actual animation. Oh, you know what? I need to open these. I told these people I was going to do an ad spot. Let's see what I got. I hate some brands. I hate dealing with. These people look pretty cool though. Let's see what they are. I'm gonna make a while we wait for this this deal. Have you guys ever heard of Exter? Exter wallets? It's kind of a fancy wallet. I'm not much of a fancy guy, but my wallet kind of sucks right now. I'm gonna see what's in here. We'll do a little. Never heard of it. I haven't either, Double Cake. But they sent me an email, and I was like, you know what? I need a new wallet. And I don't mind. I don't have any ad sponsors right now. So, Exter is like a premium wallet company. Their wallets are pretty expensive though, like $80, I think. They have like location chips and NFID and stuff. So let's see what we got here. Got a little. They look like a regular wallet to me. Feels good though. Let's see. Cardboard. It's kind of cool. Nothing. Oh, that's magnet. That's magnetic. That's all right. So you got that, and then it just clips right in there. All right. Neat little wallet. What's next? Oh, what's this thing? Oh, okay. And then here's like the location chip for it. This little deal. Apparently, what's on the back here? Find with Chipotle. Not Chipotle, but Chipotle. Oh, and it has a little Chipotle code. But it's GPS tracking. So you do that, you throw that in your little wallet here. Let's do that while we wait. And then bam, you got yourself a wallet, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Let's unlock the next one. They sent me 2 wallets, so that's not the one I think I'll use. 'Cause I don't really like that one that much. It's too traditional for my taste. Give me something new age. Ekster. What is it? EKSTR. Ekster. They haven't sent me anything yet. I think I still have to do like the ad spot and send it to them and all that stuff. It's like a 15-second ad spot I usually do. I don't like doing the long ad spots. Like all these advertisers are always asking for like 60 seconds. And I'm like, that's too long. I don't want to do a 60-second ad. But I got a good idea for this one. I mean, 60-second ad. I mean, I'm going to go full ham on this ad. I can't wait. All right, so this one. Oh, this is the one I wanted to really try out. This one looks cool. All right. So this one has like a little eject button to it. So you can just throw your wallet stuff up like that. And then you can put money right there, other stuff in the sides, right here. So, bam, I need my card. Show the world. That's weird. So right now, what I got is my cards on the back of my phone wallet. I'm always like, I can't get my card out. So having this guy, I thought, well, that'd be fun. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to do something I'm going to go full ham on that video. Hopefully they like it. If they don't, I'm going to just be like, I'm going to send you your damn wallets back. Because I want to go all out on that. It's going to be great. I'm going to go info commercial style. Like, have you ever had your wallet and you're like, I can't get it out. Well, have no fear. Extra wallets. Oh, you can get your card that you need right here. Oh, it's amazing. And now onto our video. Or click the link in the description. And then go on to it. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have a fun time with that one. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, but anyways, I had that sitting there. I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. Kind of nifty. It's so over-engineered double cake. It's for people with too much money, I think. Ooh, a trailer for the PoE League? Yeah. Go for it, Spiker. Hey, are you not a regular? You and Alpha should be regulars. Let me go over to number 2. Regulars add. Spiker Blade. Does that work? Oh, maybe I can't do it through IRC. I can't do it through IRC chat. Poop. Jalopy. If you spend $80 to hold more dollars, you got more dollars than cents. Yeah. Well, you got to also remember it depends on the clientele you're going for. I would say they're probably more appealing towards like attorneys and people that wear suits. You know, your everyday like blue collar man, probably not so much. I don't know. I do know I'm going to have a fun time with the info commercial ad just because trying to pull all my cards out of the back of my cell phone does kind of suck. I hate this wallet. The wallet I currently have. So I will switch over to this little extra thing, the portfolio thing. Would I spend $100 on it? Yeah, probably not. Don't clip that. But I'm cheap. I'm really cheap. You're talking to the guy that's using the same t-shirt for 10 years. Actually, I think I have some t-shirts that are 20 years old. Can you open the CMD exe and execute check disk CCI and see, check how big the EMFT file is? Eject you. Z8. Yeah, man, I'll do that here after a bit. Yeah, that's this thing. This thing's real leather. They said for this guy, this is all authentic leather, and they said with this wallet, you got to watch yourself because it will mold, and it will, or not mold, but depending on how many cards and stuff you put in it, since it's authentic leather, it will change colors. I was like, really? Like a mood ring. But it'll get very worn looking, and since usually I'm like jeans or, you know, cargo pants or whatever, you know, I'm wearing that day, I would like the worn look. So that's why I got this one. While it looks real flashy right now, it's going to get really worn once I use it a lot. So that's kind of cool. That's why I like this style, because it's not really artificial, which is nice. Yeah, it's like $20. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot better deal. Yeah, some people spend just ridiculous amounts on wallet and ties and stuff because I work with a bunch of attorneys, and those guys, man, they'll spend. I remember one of them spent like $50 on like the little things that go into, like, I didn't even know this was a thing, but like your fitted shirts. On these fitted shirts, they're all like custom for these guys, and the little flip-up collar, there's this little slot in the flip-up collar, and they put that in there so it's always straight. And he had like $50 little steel pieces that went through there to straighten the collar out, but they're like made of titanium or some crap. And I was like, bro, that's a waste of $50 if you ask me. That's crazy. So some of the stuff attorneys spend money on, I'm just like, you're crazy. That's very wasteful, but ain't my money. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I remember one time at work, which I don't want to talk any smack about my work, but this was pretty funny. This was a long time ago, like 8 years ago, I think. But I'd been working there for a couple of years, and this lady, the girl of the boss's daughter, she came in and brought cupcakes for everyone. And the office had like 40 or 50 people on it. They're a lot smaller now. But the amount of cupcakes she bought $500 worth of cupcakes. Which you think that would be a lot of cupcakes with $500. But then I was like, holy crap, these cupcakes are really good. How much are they? Where'd you get them? Blah, blah, blah. You're like, oh, I got them from Smiley's, or I can't even remember the name of the place. They're probably broke or gone out of business because nobody bought these expensive cupcakes. But each cupcake, a box of 4 cupcakes, was like $20. I was like, blown away. I was like, you're kidding me. So I'm eating like a $5 bill with this one cupcake. And the cupcakes were, you know, they weren't like mega cupcakes. They were like normal cupcakes. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Oh my Lord. So I've seen some, yeah, some crazy wasteful things. $5 cupcakes. It's nuts. But yeah, some people just blow money like no tomorrow, which is crazy. Man, I can't believe it's almost already 5. That's nuts. Is the cupcake worth it? It was good, but man, you know, for $5, I'm just saying, it's still a damn cupcake. If you're rich and can flex like that, go for it. Yeah. Yeah, even if I was like, let's say I was a millionaire, I still couldn't spend $5 on cupcakes. I just couldn't bring myself to spend that money on cupcakes. I could think of like a billion other things I'd rather spend the money on. But, to each his own. See, I eat 8 cupcakes every day until it costs too much and I can change the cookies cereals. Z8's trolling. Okay, let me see. We'll see what we got going on with old Discord. I need to catch up, man. It's been a little bit. I got you, Hikari. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, dude. I dig it. The sun and the moon. That's neat. I would show the chat, but I don't currently have this PC hooked up, as the stream card's coming in on Monday. I'm getting the Magewell card in, and then I'll be able to pull in every single source so that I can just flip through all of them, which will be awesome. It looks cool, man. I like it, Hikari. It's like almost like the symbol on it. It's almost reminds me of God. What was that cartoon? Or I shouldn't say cartoon. I should say The Alchemist. No, God. What is it? There's the spiky-haired dude, and he drew like a circle in the ground, and he was an alchemist. Can't remember the anime. That was a cool anime, though. God, I can't believe I blanked out on that. Yeah, well, I forget everything. Forget so much every day. The lack of toilet paper in the USA. TPing someone's house would be some serious flexing. That's great. Yeah, I think my wife was at Target the other day, and she said, yeah, the toilet paper aisle was empty. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, there was, oh God, there was one other article I saw that was pretty funny. It was a place near me called Wine Fusion, and they were saying with every bottle of wine you get a free toilet paper, and it showed like a bottle of wine and toilet paper over it. And I was like, oh my God, that's so wrong but so great at the same time. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, that was it, Hikari. That was all. Is Distro Watch a good place to look for distros? No. I mean, distros, like I said, distros don't matter. They really don't. I just pick one. I would say, if you want to learn, I would say in your new, I really like Manjaro for newbies. I probably need to make another Manjaro video, to be honest with you. I love that distribution. It's based on Arch, so you can install pretty much whatever the hell you want. It has all the newest stuff. It's great for gaming. You got a lot of good stuff with it. Which I think I did when I was making what's the best gaming distro for Linux. I said Manjaro. And a lot of people gave me hate and said I should have put like Salient OS and all these other like obscure OSs that have like no population. It's like, no. I stand by my Manjaro recommendation. Manjaro is solid for gaming. Like really, really good. I love it. So, if you haven't tried Manjaro yet, Pink Zerg Kitty, Manjaro is where it's at. It's where all the Pink Zerg Kitties should go. Bender's coming to the end of his run to the trash heap. What would you recommend for my Lenovo ThinkPad X61S? Super Ninja, what are the specs of the X61S? I'm not familiar with that model. Someone I know got banned for recommending someone on Discord Manjaro Linux when they asked what Linux distro is used for development. Really? What? I love Manjaro, man. Manjaro is probably one of my favorite distros. Definitely my favorite for newbies. Or people wanting to dabble in Arch for the first time. Manjaro is such an easy place to start. Oh, yeah. Include the Wi-Fi in the specs, too. It's good point. Good point. Man, there's a lot of crap on a Windows 10. Is the audio coming after? Let's see. Let's go full screen. Let's go full screen. Audio sync check. No. Chat. All right, here we go. We're going to do a clap track. Cover your ears. I don't know. You guys tell me. How out of sync was that? Slightly off. 500 milliseconds behind. Oh, yeah. Oh. 100 to 300. I think as we stream, I think the audio is starting to get a little bit further out of sync. I think it has something to do with the USB. I'll know for sure once I get the stream card in what's going on with that. Still happening after the stream card comes in. We're going to switch the kernel. Right now we're on Linux Zen, which is a custom kernel. We'll go from that to low latency, try out low latency, and if we see an improvement but still is it slowly starts to get off, we'll go real time and try a real-time kernel. Although the power saving on that sucks so bad. Ooh, Centrino Duo. Man, that's a bit crazy. Multi-monitor Juban. You might actually, so I always hate on GNOME, but you might actually try out Manjaro GNOME Edition. That'd be pretty good. Manjaro GNOME Edition's pretty awesome. As I think that's one of the official supported ones. Let's see. Manjaro.org. I'll tell you guys here right now. Try Manjaro. Alright, editions official is Architect, GNOME, Plasma, and XFCE. Yeah, they have a GNOME version that you can try out, which is pretty good. Try that. See what you think. Oh, happy Pi Day. I saw that. No, I actually hadn't done that, Chris. I just said GNOME sucks. But GNOME's actually pretty good with multi-monitor and tablets. Very good for those things. No, I wish I had a pie right now. All I have is these crackers. Let me see what else I got over here. Peanut butter crackers. Chocolate crackers. Chocolate crackers. I'm gonna get sick from eating so many of these crackers, but whatever. I think it's just you, Double. I haven't seen any problems with the bitrate. Looks flat as a rock. No. Oh, I don't think any lag. Let me see if I'm got any rendering lag. I can tell you right now. Let's go view docs. Rah. Lag. Nope, no rendering lag. Less than 1%. Less than 0.5% of render lag. So sweet. Hey, we're finally done removing Windows components. Jesus, this is taking forever. I literally thought we'd have Windows going by now. We haven't even finished making the ISO yet. Oh my word. Taking forever. Alright, so we got through all this. We already did system apps, Windows apps. Now removing apps using app list. Okay, whatever. What's that do? Alright, remove. Remove Windows components using package list. What's that? Okay, yeah. We've pretty much already removed everything we possibly can. Let's go to customize. Enable Windows features using Windows feature list. Nope. Remove Metro Apps Association XML. We'll definitely do that. Disable Windows features. Now I'll leave that default. So we're just going to remove the Metro Apps Association, as there is no store, so we're just going to see if there's any associations and remove those. Let's go back to customize. Tweaks. Let's see what we can do for tweaks. Disable Cortana. Hell yeah. Let's disable that. Why does it always kick me back to the main screen? Alright. And tweaks. Hide taskbar, task view icon, blah, whatever. Auto driver updates through Windows Update. Yeah, definitely disable that. And go back to customize, 5 and 8. Disable auto downloading and installing of third-party apps. Yep, we want that. I wish there was like an apply all here, but there's not, so we're just gonna have to do this each time. Disable Windows Defender. We already removed Windows Defender, but let's just go ahead and disable it through registry as well. 5 and 8. Disable automatic Windows upgrade. Yeah, we'll remove that. 5 and 8. Disable reserve storage space for Windows Update. Yep, we're just gonna disable everything. I don't know if this is gonna boot after we're done, but we're gonna try. Alright. Enable Windows Photo Viewer, blah blah blah. Enable DISM image cleanup with full reset base. No, we're not gonna do that. So alright, we're done with apply tweaks. So now we can go number 6 to apply. So now we can go 2 to apply and save. Yes. Sorry, guys. All right. What do we got? All right, so saving the image, applying the changes, and then unmounting the image. So should be good here in a bit. Someone running XP. I bet. Hell, I bet you still got some Windows 2000 users out there. I remember when I was doing contract work, I went to, it was a high rise, probably 40 to 50 stories. No, not that much. Probably around 20 to 30 stories. So, but rather large building, extensive elevator system. The entire elevator system had been running on Windows 2000. And this would have been circa 2006, 2007. So it was a rather old system. And the hard drive was dying in this system. And what I did, I remember I wrapped the hard drive in like paper towels, froze the drive because it was clicking. And you know, just to see if I could do it without sending it to like data recovery. Froze the drive and then cloned the drive as soon as it booted up. And sure enough, I was able to actually do a full clone of that drive, and I just had stuck Windows 2000 still on it, still sitting there, super old, but it wasn't connected to the internet, wasn't really doing anything except for this elevator system, so I don't know, they might still be using it, hell, so you never know. Yeah. 2000 server. It was not bad. Not great, but not bad. Nope. It was still a spinning platter drive. I think it was an enterprise level, but still, I was just like, whatever. There we go. See you guys in another 7 years. So, contract work's kind of funny. It's just the nature of the beast. You don't necessarily look for the best solution, just the quickest solution. As that's what they want. And usually the cheapest solution. As most people that are working like hourly contract stuff, the stuff you have to deal with, I mean, they don't have any in-house IT, they don't have much expense. They're like looking for the bottom of the barrel usually when you do like an hourly service. So I mean, that's just what you kind of get. Well, yeah, so like Demon Wolf, when it comes to SSDs and it's traditional spinning platters, you got boot times that are like infinitely better, like, oh my god, like 20 times faster. But when you got a spinning platter on a system that's just on 24/7, as long as the drive is done pretty well and it's just sitting there on all the time on like a battery backup, it doesn't really matter. You save the money on the SSD, and it runs probably about the same amount of time as an SSD would. Just depends on the read and writes and those types of things. SBW. Oh, there is actually. Let me pull that for you. I'll grab it. I've done custom. I don't know if that video did very well. I think it was a longer video, so I think a lot of people. YouTube kind of has ADD. to where I didn't do very many of them. If it's over like 20 minutes, it's like, oh my lord, not even worth making on YouTube these days. Windows, let's see. I'm looking for it right now for you. Because I've done custom images. Now I didn't use the one I got right here. This is the MSMG one. Oh, I forgot I did Windows Server. Gaming on Windows Server, that's kind of funny. Where are you at? I know I have it in here. Yeah, here we go. ISO creation, setup, and installation. 42 minutes on this video, that's right. Because it just takes a while to do. There's so much that goes into making a custom image. So here, let me get you the shareable link. And I'll share that in here. It didn't do great. Minimal ISO for Windows. But 42 minutes, you got custom timestamps. I think I used maybe Inlight on that one. There's a bunch of different utilities you can use. I'm using MSMG for this one, which I didn't use for that video. But either way, it accomplishes pretty much the same thing. All right, apply. Let's go to target. All right, make a DVD ISO image. So let's do that. Windows 1909 minimal. Minimal. Win 1909 minimal. Real original. All right, let's see what happens. Usually twice a week, Demon Wolf. Usually it's a Monday and Friday. Not exactly the best times to stream, but I just kind of like it because I like chatting with everybody. I just want to try something different, SBW. So MSMG is 1909 only, so I don't necessarily even recommend what I'm doing right now. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But it's not bad. So far, I've liked a lot of the options and the removability of a lot of the things, like taking out updates, Defender, all the things that, you know, most people freak out about when it comes to security. But like I said, this is going to be protected. I'm not going to be browsing the internet with this. It's going to be strictly a gaming machine. Journey, how you doing? You're going to have the desktop with all this trimming, and is it going to be Command Com DOS only? It's not going to be DOS only, Journey, but damn close. I don't even know if we have a file explorer in this. I removed every single component I could. So this is the absolute minimal install, and I know I'm going to probably have to copy over or grab executables from another system to even make some of the things work. But the whole idea is to just get gaming working on this system and use it just for gaming. Have like GeForce Experience going in the background to where it can do game streaming. And then there's an open source project called Moonlight that ties into NVIDIA's game streaming, and I can install that on any Linux box and then play any game using this box. This is a dedicated box. This isn't a VM. It's not something like that. This is all just, here you go. Now I'm kind of curious to see what this ISO is. How big you guys think the ISO will be? Bare bones, everything removed. I'm saying it's going to be 3 gigs. Right at 3 gigs. What do you guys say? Taking bets. 1 gig, 100 megs. All right, you guys are you've been in Linux too long. Out of touch. You can't get under 2 gigs on a Windows install. Hell, Microsoft Office is like 2 gigs. All right, target. What's tools, I wonder? Wim manager, options, okay, yeah. All right, let's see what we got. I think we're pretty much done with this tool. That's kind of funny that it took this long to build an ISO. How long have we been streaming? Almost 3 hours. Damn. All right. So, ooh, this is gonna be good. I think I said 3 gigs. The total size of this is 5 gigs. Oh, Windows. Oh, that's awesome because the ESD file compression is bigger. Okay, so ESD, doing the ESD to WIM config. Let's see how big that is. Let's see how much the WIM file is. Because the ESD was like 3 point something. Let's see. God bless. That's hilarious. Yeah, 4.3. So we lost a gig in the actual expansion of ESD to WIM. We lost about a gig, and with that, that's still insane. Look at that. It's 800 megs more. So we really only removed about 200 megs of data, even stripping all that crap out. All right, let's burn this thing. Let's copy it first. If this is actually a good one, I actually want to hang on to it since it took like a century to make. Good Lord, this did take forever. But we'll throw it in our ISO directory. Might even make something out of it. We'll see. But we're going to try and... This whole system is about to get formatted, so this system just worked really hard to basically be able to format itself, as this is pretty much my only Windows system in the house other than my wife's computer. And she doesn't let me mess with her computer because she says I always mess things up. Oh my God, so great. Oh, that's my NAS drive. Demon Wolf. I'm on gigabit, so everything in the house is rigged up as gigabit. That's actually pretty slow. So what I probably would do, you see like the people with like ridiculous amounts of money to blow, take like your Linus Tech Tips and all the other YouTubers out there. What they do is they spend ridiculous amounts of money and upgrade everything to like 4G or even 10 gigabit, which in my opinion is kind of a waste of money. But what they could do is something called link aggregation. If you're really interested in that, look at getting a decent switch, and then you can do link aggregation and do what's called LACP, I think, is a form of link aggregation. There's different types of link aggregation. You can go down this huge, crazy learning hole of link aggregation, but it's really neat. Basically, it's the equivalent of combining internet connections to get faster speeds, which is great. So you can actually transfer things a lot faster in your network. So you can do a lot of really cool stuff with that. But some of those videos I see, like where people are transferring like massive files through a 4G or a 10G, and everything's on the same network. I'm talking about Linus, but a lot of times I'm like, eesh. I really hope they set up what's called storage area networks, or SANs. And SANs are separate networks. You have your traditional network that most of your workstations sit on, and then you have your SAN network, which most of your servers interface with, like your storage with. And these are really neat because everything's stored usually on a central store, and you can do coupling with link aggregation, fiber, all these things to get some just ridiculous speeds. When I say ridiculous speeds, we're talking gigabits a second. I mean, just blows anything you've ever seen out of the water. It'll really, really go crazy. So neat, but yeah, look up fiber with link aggregation and other things you can do is just fantastic. So yeah, anywho, I don't even know how I got down that. Let's burn us a Windows 10 ISO. All right. Do link aggregation with multiple 10 gig. Oh my god, it would be insane. Yeah, but sky is the limit. Usually you bottleneck up though on those link aggregation with like 10 gig connections. Not to say it can't be done, but you usually bottle up because of your hard drives. They can only transfer so fast, even the solid states. Really, if you're going to do like link aggregation with a 10G connection, You better have like an entire RAID array full of NVMe drives. And I don't think I've ever seen that. God, that'd be expensive. Most times your bottleneck's your actual hard drive, though. And for most people, like myself, gigabit's just fine. It's the poor man's fast internet, or fast LAN. And it works great for what I do. I only do 1080p on a lot of my videos, though, so for those shooting like 8K and like red cameras and crap, oh my god. Ugh. I have nightmares at probably render times and transfer speeds. I bet they have a whole different host of problems to deal with. Did that not get recognized? Yeah. Oh well. Let's do I have Rufus on here? I have Rufus. Of course I have Rufus. Rufus. I was like, I know I got it like my tools directory somewhere. Alright, so let's select our ISO file. Down, or no, desktop. MGMT, ISO, minimal, open. Alright, let's see what we got here. GPT, UEFI, NTFS. It's over 4 gigs, so we have to use NTFS. I like to do, what do we got? We can do MBR, or I'm going to do MBR, just for simplistic on the partitioning scheme. And yeah, let's run that guy. Oh my god. Havoc, 100 gigabit lags. Oh, dude, that's nice. Linus wasn't using RAID as backup. Really? Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. No way was he just running off a RAID. One, RAID sucks. But even if you had a decent RAID setup, RAID just blows. I really like ZFS because ZFS is like RAID on steroids is probably a better a layman's terms of it. But ZFS is really, really awesome. I love ZFS. And it's so much better than using RAID or hardware RAID. You got RAID controllers you got to deal with that just suck. Sometimes you have problems finding those exact RAID controllers. I've covered RAID so many times. I hate RAID. But anyways, I do have RAID here, even though I hate it. But I don't trust it at all. So I have my local store, but usually I transition everything to my NAS box. My NAS box is only like 10 terabytes. And out of that NAS box, I have Cloud Sync to Backblaze. I think I pay $5 a month and have unlimited backup. So I just am constantly shooting everything over to that. Overnight, it goes ahead and kicks on, uploads, and I never have to worry about it. So kind of nice. But RAID, ugh, that's funny. I didn't even know that, Jack, about him not having him having a server fail just because he relied on RAID. That's unfortunate. It says out of stock, Jalopy. You're pulling my chain. That's awesome. 3, 2, 1 backup method. 3 locations, 2 local, 1 remote. Well, that's good. Well, if he has the local remote, he didn't lose any data then. Okay, yeah. I was about to say. I didn't think he would say that. Yeah, it's limited to 5 dabs. Haha. Yeah, when you set up RAID with hardware, buy backup hardware. Probably the dumbest thing is people that make RAID on motherboard RAIDs. Oh my god. Don't get me started on motherboard RAIDs. If you like do like a mirrored RAID on a motherboard, well actually mirrored RAID's that's not a good example. Mirrored RAID's actually pretty good because it's one-to-one copy and you don't actually need to have RAID to read the backup device. So if you only have 2 disks and they're like decent disks, doing a mirror raid is actually not bad hardware, because you could literally have that whole thing fry onion. You'd at least have it's an exact copy, so you could take that and actually physically read it somewhere else. But let's say you're running like raid 5, raid 6, raid 10, raid 50, whatever. Nobody's really doing raid 50, but yeah, you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to restore that if you don't have the exact controller that made that raid. All right, I think I finished. Got so focused on reading chat, I didn't even realize. All right, here's our minimal install. All right, let's see what we got here before we go to format this guy. Let's just go. Oh, I think it was under images. Where was my SDI tool? Was it here? Nope. Ah, there it is. SDI. Copy that guy. That holds all the drivers. All the drivers. We'll paste that guy in here. I think it's like 18 gigs, but it has like every single driver that you could possibly want for Windows. So much better than trying to download from the internet. I think I updated that in December. Close enough. Hey, Sparky set that up. I blame Sparky. Demon Wolf, a lot of times I want to use specific RAID drivers, or not, God, talking about RAID, but I said RAID driver. I want to say specific driver things, so I don't want to constantly be going everywhere to find the exact version. And sometimes Windows Update does not grab what we want, and we ripped out a ton of components, so I don't even know if Windows Update even works. I'm going to go ahead and say it probably doesn't work, and if it does work, we're going to break it, so it won't work. So yeah, my entire intention here is to completely gut Windows and just make it to where it won't update, it won't grab drivers, it won't do anything but play games. I only want this system to play games. That's it. Nothing else. I bet nothing works. Hey, that's how it was when we built that computer. What was it? Last week? Was it last Friday? Not this past Friday, but the Friday before, we built that entire PC, and that booted right up. Worked great. I was kind of surprised by that. Snappy driver tool. Let me get you the link. I'll get you the link for it. Snappy driver is freaking amazing. If you're ever gonna do anything, it's especially nice with older systems like Server 2008 and things like that. SDI-tool.org. SDI-tool.org is, yeah, that's it. This grabs every single driver that you could possibly want. Watch out for their online tool, though. Their online tool, I think, has like a bunch of, I don't know what you call it. Not spyware, but bloatware and crap in it. So download the offline tool. The online tool is garbage. But the offline tool, you ground through a torrent site. It has all the drivers, everything built in. Just download the whole thing. It's like 18 gigs. And as you see, but it doesn't need to go out to the internet and download anything from on any machine. You grab this folder, you pop it in there, you have a brand new Windows install, you just launch SDI tool, the offline version, install all my drivers. Bop, 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 bop. It just goes down all of them. Grabs them, installs them. It's great. Amazing. Fantastic. Yeah, this is actually coming from the NAS box to the Windows box to the actual USB drive. The bottleneck here is from the actual local system to the USB drive. It is a front USB 3 port, so I don't know. Might have a little bottleneck there. We'll see. All right, input. Let's go leave unchanged. All right. Oh, did that freeze on me? Yeah, crap. I can't see. I was changing my resolution. I know OBS in Linux is just not as good. Hate to say it, but this is the stream PC I'm looking at now. I adjusted the resolution so we could maybe access it from the BIOS. It did not like that. All right, let's reboot. Let's see what happens. I'll give it a whirl. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we got. Properties. All right, it's all finished. 3. Here we go. Let's cross our fingers, see if this thing even registers. I'm not sure if I can grab it from the stream PC. That's what I'm most worried about. Hopefully it reads the BIOS and I'm able to get in there. But this BIOS capture has been real finicky on Linux. Using the Linux OBS has not been great. We'll see. If I can get the BIOS screen, that would be fantastic. I think I'm gonna have a hard time reading that. So what's happening is it's like stuck. OBS in Linux can only, it's just not very good with the USB captures. I'm really hoping it does a better job with captures the other way around. Oh, that's my daughter. Oh, man. All right, let's try it again. I'm gonna try and catch it. If I can just get in the BIOS screen and have it read it, we'd be all right. All right. Let's see if I can read it. I don't have a native screen hooked up for this. I might need to hook something up so I can actually see this. All right. Grab another USB cable. I think it's in the BIOS right now. I just need to grab. I'll just grab that in a second. I have a splitter that I should be able to connect it into, and we'll be all right. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, spam delete. I'm pretty sure it's sitting in BIOS. We'll find out. Yeah. Hello? Hey, what's going on, princess? All right, let's see here. Okay. I'm coming inside. Okay. All right, Havoc. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. It's been great. No, I'm streaming right now, sweetie. Ah, all right. That was you as a baby. Windows still remembers you as a baby, but that's all it remembers. Doesn't have any recent pictures. We're going to keep it that way. Microsoft's going to think you're 2 years old forever. Everyone says hi. Yep. Yeah, it just won't. Ah, can't catch it. Oh. All right, we're gonna try saboteur.
What does that mean?
You're sabotaging the stream. All right, I can't even get my TV to recognize the output signal, so we're having problems with reading any of this. I might have to hook it directly up to HDMI source, which I think I have.
It says try ship.
I'm gonna grab one of these.
This is black screen.
What's that?
This is a black screen.
Well, maybe. That'd be kind of hard. Not impossible. So the issue is I can't see the BIOS when this PC boots up to load Windows with. So we'll get it going. All right.
I'm gonna go get my
All right. Sounds good, sweetie. I'll be inside in a minute. I'm gonna just try and get this installed.
I do want to get my
What do we got? We got anything? Here we go, guys. See if we could get... Oh. Oh, I think I know what's going on. I think the actual port that's active for the BIOS is actually the onboard video. What did that give us? Nothing? Come on, work for me. There we go. We got it. One second, let me fix this and we should be fine. Right now I'm just going through the RAID utility, and then once we get it, I'll be able to disable the onboard and then push it all through that card. I think it would be in the probably North Bridge. Oh, nope. I'm just looking right now for this, and oh, there it is. GFX configuration. Nope. Nope. All right, here we go. Primary video adapter is going to be external. Disable everything else. Save changes and exit. Alright, we're almost there. I'm gonna just get it all piped through the main display capture card so you guys can actually see the install. Oh, you're gonna do your magic trick while I get that wired up? Alright, sounds good.
So I'm gonna make this.
1 second, sweetie. Let me rig it up for you. So they can actually see. Oh, that's really close.
Put it down.
Ah! There we go.
Okay, so the point of this magic trick
Magic.
is to make this ring go through this tiny hole in here. But it looks like it can't, but I'm gonna make that possible. Okay. So I'm gonna close the box up, and I'm gonna pull fast on this rope. And open it up, and the ring went through this hole.
Hot dog, you do it?
Uh-huh.
You show him?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good job. High five. All right, we got it going, guys. Thank you, sweetie. Tell Mama I'll be in just a minute, okay? All right, some afternoon magic for you guys. Ah. All right, here we go. And perfect world. Ah, there we go. Hey, here we are. Some windows. So we're gonna go ahead, install our minimal installation. We'll see how this goes. I'm curious to see, because of the size of the windows we had, the 4.9 gigs, I'm really curious to see what happens with all the integrated stuff. Did it really remove all the stuff, or did it leave it in? Because I suspect with that size, I'm just not sold that that would be the case. So let's see what all we have. This is, what is all this? What all do I have in there? I'm gonna say drive 0 is what we want. Let's go ahead and wipe all that out. Say drive 0, next. You guys know me, I like deleting partition tables and things of stuff I actually need, so we'll see. Just delete it all. It's okay. It'll be fine. Forget, what stream was that? I think it was about a month or two back when I redid my studio PC and I spent like 2 hours backing everything up to a specific drive on the system, and then as soon as I went to install, I think it was Arch, I just like completely wiped out that drive because it showed up as SDA. It was the first drive in the thing, and it had all my backups on it. I was like, ah, bummer. Ended up having to pull it all down through the NAS. So great. So great. Yeah, I mean, I think with everything not installed, this should go pretty darn quick. The second stage should be finished in the next minute or two. The actual installing features and updates, that should just fly right through because we pretty much removed everything else, and it should finish up. So technically, this should only take maybe 5 minutes to install Windows start to finish. So let's see what happens. Because this part is mainly just the copying from the thumb drive to the hard drive, but once it hits the hard drive, it's all solid state, so it should fly through pretty darn quick. 5 minutes to install. What are we at? Has anybody got a timer? I'm going to say we're about a minute in, because it's 3 hours, 16 minutes on my OBS. So, yeah, we'll say we're about a minute, 20 seconds in right now. Yeah, the VOD is the timer. Everyone will know if I'm skimping on the time. But yeah, no, it should be about 5 minutes. Most minimal installs when I'm doing restoring images, like let's say I have a fog machine or something like that. Hey, thanks for the sub there, Bjord. This part should just go right through. So we'll see. This might be a record-breaking Windows install in a perfect world. I think pretty legal. So, all right, should be installed. So that was about 2 minutes. 2 minutes to install. 120 seconds is what I clocked on that. Let's see what happens. I'm going to remove my thumb drive. Thumb drive's out. Windows is booting up. This is the part where it should be interesting. With optimizations, this should only take a couple minutes, where normally this would take 10 to 15 minutes. So this is where I'm like, yeah, I'm a little iffy. Normally that's what happens. So we're at right around 3 minutes now for the install of Windows. Rebooting. Still am, Hikari, still am. Even though it was me plugging it into the wrong port. All right, here we go. Starting up. Just a moment. Coming up on 5 minutes. All right, let's see how fast we can get through the basics. Looking good. Just a moment. Nothing nefarious going on in the background. Custom Windows 10, what are you doing to it? Minimal install. Here we go. We're literally 5 minutes and 10 seconds into the install. We've already got it installed on the hard drive. This is going to be gaming, and we're going to do a super memorable password for that. Do you want to do histories? Nope. Choose what you want. We'll just say accept. We are coming up on a full... What is that? Oh, no, we're at... What are we at? I don't even know anymore. Wait, we started at 15. Oh, we're only 4 minutes into the install, right? I don't know anymore. 4 minutes in? What do you guys? What's the count? Does anybody know? This is basically a Windows 10 speed run. But I don't have anything on my screen. I am mirroring the output to both this one and the stream. It's just showing a black screen for me right now. Hard drive light is going crazy. Yeah. I don't think we actually have a legit... Let's see. Oh, there it goes. All right. Just uno momento, por favor. There we go. That was pretty fast. I would say that was record breaking. What did I do with my thumb drive? I took it out just so it wouldn't boot from it. And my thumb... Oh, it's right here. All right, let's see what we got. So here's where we add all the drivers. We'll just go into SDI. And we're going to go SDI 64-bit, as this is a 64-bit system. We'll go ahead and allow access. And select all, install. So this goes through, installs every single device driver for the system. It has the latest and greatest drivers preloaded because I downloaded the entire driver repository for all of Windows. So the display probably will flicker, go to 1920 by 1080, and finish installing the rest of this, and we should be done. So from there, we'll have a base Windows install, the actual start menu, pretty bare bones. Windows version, I'll show that real fast. WinVer 1909, the latest and greatest. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, yeah. Come back alive. Ah, there it goes. Okay, cool. And if we go to this PC, full install size, roughly, about 15 gigs is from the look of this. 15 gigs for the whole install. All right. Still installing. So there we go. That's pretty much a custom install. Pretty darn good. Less than 10 minutes to the desktop. This will probably be another 5 minutes for the full install. Graphics for the graphics drivers always take a little longer. I'm curious to see. I don't think it'll grab like in GeForce Experience, so we'll still grab that afterwards. I'll still strip down some stuff. You guys will probably notice File Explorer is here. That's because there's two different File Explorers in Windows 10. One is an app-based one that uses the Metro UI and the Windows Store. We ripped all that out, so there is no Windows Store in this system. Other things of note, if you look, Windows updates are here, so that's something that you need to be worried about, because this will totally break this system. Windows updates, you need to go away, so we're gonna get right in here. Let's fix up Windows updates while we're doing before it does something silly, because I am worried about that. Windows update for business. Ah, no, what happened? Oh, there's the new graphics drivers in. We'll enable this. We go just go semi-annual channel 365, apply. So this won't grab any preview builds. We'll enable quality updates, always do 4 days. So Windows updates come out on Tuesday. So you got Wednesday for 1 day, Thursday for 2, Friday for 3, 4 days, puts it in on a Saturday morning. So always do 4 days for quality of updates. If we were to leave Windows Update involved, I just kind of want to show that as you should always be doing that. It's always important. But instead, while everything's getting going, let's take a look at our services. We'll go ahead, pull down to Windows Update. I don't want you doing anything while don't you mess up my system, Microsoft. I know you're about to take control, but you're not gonna get me this time. Not this time. Bits. Oh, alright. Let's disable bits, just in case it has any fancy ideas of taking over. Need to probably do some further customization, such as systems, services, those types of things. Getting that all lined up. And let's see, print spoiler. We're going to go ahead and disable sprint. I don't want any print support as we're just gaming. Print spooler actually does quite a bit. Yep, okay. It's already starting to pull in a bunch of crap. How fast can I turn everything off is the bigger question here. Windows Update Medic Service. Disable. Oh, I can't disable that one. We're going to have to strip that out through PowerShell probably. Let's see what else we got. Windows Update Accessory Management. Windows Defender. Can't disable. Some of this we'll have to do some customization to. Remote registry disabled. Alright, that should get us going, guys. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Just flipping through. Alright. Cellular time. Alright. Just seeing if there's anything sticking out that I need to take care of. I don't think there is, really. So we're going to close out of that. Strictly for gaming, yeah, Jatiger, I'm probably going to. That's the whole idea today. I spent a ton of time. I've spent like the last 2 days not making any videos, just kind of getting my stream PC set up, and it's still not set up 100%. I'm waiting for my graphics or the actual capture card to come in. I've said that like 10 times, but I'm so excited about that. And then, yeah, this one, I'm still have a lot to do. A lot of it is just shutting down what's going on right now. Lockup. Let's see what we got. Everything looks to be installed here. Let's close out of this. Let's go into Device Manager real fast. Logitech cordless device is still installing. I'm using you and you're still working. There's still a lot of things about Windows, like third-party tools, how it integrates with some of the stuff just doesn't sit right well with me. I mean, just Linux, everything just works right out of the gate. And with Windows, as you see, everything's working, but why do you need my Logitech cordless device? Both my keyboard and my mouse are already working, and it's installing 3 different devices. Shenanigans, I say. Shenanigans is all that's happening there. All right. And yeah. All right. Let's launch into NVIDIA. Oh, this is the old school NVIDIA. We'll go ahead and grab. So the nice thing about SDI tool, let's say you weren't using a lot of the GeForce stuff. You could actually not even use GeForce Experience, disable driver automatic updating and things of that nature, and be completely fine. A good example of this, let me get into here, show you guys that. We'll go into old system, settings, advanced settings. Under hardware, device installation settings. This is all managed through a group policy object I've already set, but I always like to set this as no, because Windows, whenever it chooses what to install on your system, it breaks crap. So I always disable that aspect, but if you need to manually set that setting, do so. See what else we got. Automatic restart, memory dumps. I don't like my computer taking dumps. So, IT joke. And nothing else here. I think I'm just going to leave most of this as is. We're going to adjust for performance, not appearance. This is going to get rid of like the arrow peak. See how it's a peak? This is going to get rid of all that. There's not going to be any translucent effects. This really helps when doing streaming and remote desktop, as you don't want translucent and performance problems. So always adjust for best performance. Obviously programs, paging size. You can mess with paging size, but honestly, if you have a lot of memory, you're probably not going to need to mess with this too much. This is only 8 gigs of memory, so I might come back and adjust my paging size. Just depends. I think that's about it. I think other than that, everything else is looking good. Services still not responding. Let's just kill it. And now we just need to install Chrome. Oh, my audio went way out of whack. You're about 2 seconds out now. Really? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the Brio camera that's causing this issue. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see what we got. But you notice how we have nothing installed over here. Oh, I love it. That's so beautiful. All right. Now, if I thought ahead of time, I probably would have just gotten like a night-night or something like that. But very clean. Very clean. So from here, I could install a browser, but actually I'm not even gonna bother with the browser. We're just gonna grab the game clients. I don't even want myself to have a browser on this system. As crazy as that sounds, I think I'm gonna just leave it here. I'm going to do some further system services, updates, and those types of things. I may actually go ahead and push through a Windows update, but let's go ahead and give it one more kick before we shut her down and do some of the updating. So let's count the BIOS screen now. Let's count the uptime here once it kicks past the BIOS, because it should be a pretty clean to desktop. Usually a couple seconds here. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Pretty good. 15 seconds. So pretty solid, but very, very bare bones. And that's taken 1909. So even if you have just a basic license out there, a lot of people say you have to have Enterprise or LTSC. You can strip it out. I will say this took a lot longer than I anticipated. Like making this custom ISO took, I want to say about 3 hours, right guys? I mean, for those that started the stream, because mainly it was me just hitting remove all and then sitting back waiting and waiting and waiting and chatting. And that was about it. That was pretty much this whole stream. But definitely worth it. Minimal installs, I say, are always the way to go when given the option. As when I add the programs I want, this is going to be really, really good for quite some time. I think we're done. Definitely grab that SDI tool, though. I'm telling you, getting those drivers all installed, it's so nice just clicking install and having everything done for you. Oh, yeah, that's good. I like that. Let's just do it right now, Z8. You got a good point. Power config dash H, I think is what it? H off. That removes hibernation. Disabling themes. I would not recommend actually running the cleanup image restore health as that will probably mess things up. So I would not recommend that second option from you, Z8. Will I make that ISO available for download? I think there's some legitimate concerns about. I don't recommend people actually downloading ISOs from people. I don't want to say yes to that just because I don't know. There might be legal concerns there, but at the very least, you could always rewatch the stream. But it's not very difficult using MGMT's kit, Major Geek's toolkit. It was pretty darn simple. All I did was just like remove everything, and I just went through each number pretty easily. We'll see. Maybe on the next stream you can hound me about it. Maybe I'll do like a torrent or something. But it was pretty easy. It was not anything spectacular. I think anybody could do it. As it was just more time-consuming making the image. I would say the biggest thing. I was still surprised by the overall image size of almost 5 gigs, which was kind of crazy. But shoot. Nothing too crazy there. Let's see if it can get my right time zone. Yeah, whatever. Central time. I'm Central time, man. Alright. With that, guys, I think I'm going to shut this guy down. That was a great success. Great success. But showing you how to do it, nothing illegal about this. All that is perfectly legal, so have fun. Go for it. It's all good. It's all good, man. So, I'm going to go to this chat here. Tidy up, get ready for dinner. Oh man, I've got no hair. Actually, fun fact, my barber wasn't there. I think he was down with the coronavirus or whatever it was, and whatever happened. So they chopped off all my hair, man. I was like, holy crap, do I even have any hair left? I went to go get a haircut. I'm like, damn, could have left me something up top. I'm getting old. That crap doesn't grow back as fast as it used to. Anywho. Demon Wolf, the actual, let's see. Is that activated already? Windows is activated. So what happens here on this side of things is when you already have a legit license key assigned to the hardware itself, it's actually registered with Microsoft's activation services. So when you go to install a new one, even though I didn't put the key in, it's still checked in with Microsoft, and Microsoft said, hey, we've seen this hardware before, it had a legit key, and it auto-assigned the key to the computer. So kind of a cool way of skipping past things when you're doing mini installs. Like I've put Windows on this machine, I don't know, 6 times, and I do have legit keys. As I said before, I've been in the IT field for about 20 years. Weird flex, but I do have crap tons of Windows keys from a whole bunch of jobs I've done, and you know, it's not something I sell, as I think it's illegal to sell keys, but at the same time, I know I just have like a ridiculous amount of keys I can use for test environments and things of that nature. I had a TechNet subscription for quite a long time, so I had a lot of keys from that. I've had a lot of keys for older systems that just ridiculous amounts, probably a couple hundred. So I've worked on quite a bit of stuff over my illustrious career. But needless to say, I do like Windows 10 as far as its activation services go, in recognizing existing hardware and activating it when you go to reinstall without needing a key. I don't know, about 500, 600 jalopy. Well, it depends. If you add up all the versions of Windows, I don't know, a couple thousand, maybe more. I have a lot of volume license keys, LTSC keys, usually older stuff, as I've been small business for about the past 3 years, about 3 years of small business work. So I really don't have anything that recent, but everything past that, I was an IT director for, you know, $500 million company physically. And before that, I was bouncing around doing a lot of contracts work for many businesses while also having another day job. I've always had usually a couple jobs at the same time. So I've always stayed busy. I love it. Odor, if you're having problems installing Windows 10 on a VM, it depends on what you're trying to do. Sometimes it depends on the VM service. I know some of them have a lot of issues with 1809, 1903, and 1909 specifically. And what you can do is use an older version of Windows or get a better VM. VirtualBox usually does a pretty good job. So if VirtualBox is saying that, then I'd probably go, hey, what the heck? Oh, also fun fact, Jalopy, I haven't actually paid for cable in ever. I've never actually had television service that I paid for. I don't watch television. I don't watch any commercials. My kids don't even know what a commercial is, which is a bit weird. I remember we watched the Super Bowl somewhere. I think we went to like a Super Bowl party, and the kids were like, what the hell is all these commercials? So yeah, a little bit different. As I was just like, it's a waste of money. I don't want to pay $200 a month. So we have had like Netflix and Hulu and some other stuff. Hulu kind of sucks though. I think I only had that for a little bit. But a lot of streaming services, pretty much ever since streaming services were a thing. Yeah, it used to be much more cool to say that. But nowadays, everyone's like, yeah, me too. It's kind of neat. At least people don't look at me weird anymore. Well, at least not for that. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging in there for this surprise stream, kind of showing up out of nowhere. I know it's kind of a weird Saturday stream, but I was like, you know what? I probably need to make videos because I haven't even made Monday's video yet. But I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do like a custom Windows install and start setting this up and getting it going. And then hopefully I can make a video Sunday-ish for Monday. I don't know. I might just say screw it, not make a video. But either way, I'll definitely be streaming Monday, so there's that. But really, really fun. Really fun. I love doing this. I love making the streams way more than the videos nowadays. So it's just, I don't know, a little more the interaction of it, and then also just sometimes just failing horribly. Like there's times when you make a YouTube video and it just bombs like midway through the actual production process, and then you're just like, well, that's not gonna work, and then the whole video gets scrapped. So you might work on something for like 4 hours just to throw it away.